Okay. Hi, everybody. Hopefully, this is working and operating just fine. We are using a new system, so testing things out. If we have a little bug here and there, we'll try to adjust it accordingly. Um, but before we dive in a little bit too much about technicalities and stuff, let's introduce our players so that they can take the scene for me while I make sure everything's up and running fine. So, first of all, ladies first.
Okay, my name is Kayla. I play Valindra. She is the half-elf, half-tiefling, Pact of the Undying, warlock / fighter. And she has the cutest little Finnick fox as her ever-loving companion. His name is Winnie, and he...
Big bad evil guy.
Shut up.
I wonder what animal that would be, the coughing one. There's the meta pigeons, and there might be a coughing...
coughing shade animal.
We'll have to think of something later on for the ones where it's like when players make a mistake. But yes, of course, Kayla as Valindra. Next on our list, we have our biggest, broadest, bluest Dragonborn. And who is that?
Oh, you just pretty much did half of my intro for me. My name's Scott. I play Varka Stormcaller, the Dragonborn Goliath hybrid Forge Cleric. And he is awesome and the bestest of blues.
Biggest and bestest and baddest of blues.
Indeed, he is.
Mm-hmm. And next on the lineup, of course, we have our lovely, sneaky, black-feathered friend.
That'd be me. I am Cody, and I play Rook, the Kenku Tiefling Inquisitive Rogue.
All right.
No real special players to this one.
But yes, and last but not least, we have our fluffy, slightly... Well, okay, fluffy all around on all accounts, as Gabriel Iglesias has told us.
Yeah, so, hi, my name is Connor. I am playing Smoky Cloud, the half-tabaxi, half-fire ganassi abjuration wizard, who is currently looking a little bit like a dog.
A little bit. Only slightly.
Actually,
slightly.
not now. Right now, he's concentrating to keep his form
right,
what
yes.
he wants it to be.
Yes, he's got the alter self going on. Now, of course, this is Ages Past, and we operate every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and you can also see our other D&D campaign, Hoda, Horsemen of the Apocalypse, on Tuesday, same time, 6:30 p.m. And anytime you spend with us, you will accumulate. Now, I believe we've edited it to loyalty points or Hoda points only, one of the two. We're going through a process. We are basically narrowing things down, evolving and upgrading. So keep your eye out on a few of the changes that'll come your way. But before we dive in to a recap, do any of you have the Twitch open? Because right now it's going on me, and I don't know if it's working.
I have the Twitch. It looks good, but I have it on mute.
Oh, that's fine. Well, I mean, okay, do a quick one if you can.
Okay.
Yeah. We had some hefty lag earlier, but it looks to have balanced out by now.
So
yeah, it was lagging for me too, but it's good now.
Okay, all right, because yeah, it's just not loading for me at all. But I don't want to be the person who closes out chat and just ignores all the people just because my computer can't handle shit. But either way, as it is, hopefully we'll be stable enough to operate just fine. So, last week, when our adventurers went down under the spooky tree in the middle of a very dark and devious forest, you pushed your way through fetishes and totems, ropes, and all these creepy scarecrows and wicker golems, and even a few kobolds here and there, until you finally reached into the heart of this lair, a section that was kind of kept off for the witches, as you faced against 3 night hags. Many of them trying to elude you, either by turning into larger creatures or fading into the ethereal. But despite their efforts to thwart the invaders, one of them was slain by the party very quickly, and the other 2 immediately decided to retreat in order to preserve their own lives, rather than face the wrath of these sudden, very, one would say, annoying, especially one who kept rolling a wisdom saving throw all the time. Successes all the time.
Tenacious.
Yeah.
They were just bitches. I hated them.
But luckily, those 2 were able to run away safely and leave the party there at the base of the tree, looking up as the sun was setting, their own forms still disfigured from the curses that seem to have lingered from entering the lair, as they now decide upon themselves what they wish to do next. So, all four of you. So you do know that it's about maybe closing into 4 or 5 in the afternoon, so it's going to get dark sometime soon. But what would you want to do?
I would like to laugh loudly.
What are you laughing about?
I mean, I don't really hear you laughing.
Every time I see Rook walk, I just see him jiggle. And I'm just like,
Nope. No, stop looking at me. I will immediately try to find somewhere to hide.
Make a stealth check.
you can't, you're
Nope, that one.
No. So for you, as Smokey's just basically, as Rook is trying his best to hide, he's like, "Don't look at me!" Instead, you find a spare root that's just turned up to the point where you just trip on it, and instead fall over tumbling in a massive heap of flesh as you just bounce and bumble and get locked.
I'm going to forge a trombone. I'm going to make the fat man falling sound.
Oh.
Goodbye.
I mean, without your cloak of elven kind and the lack of advantage, sadly, you fumble to this stealth.
Can't wait for next level.
I think you guys are starting off great tonight, and that one is the best way to start.
I help the fat bird to his feet. I'm like,
Shove him off me and just walk back into the tree.
don't be like that, Pudgy Budgy. I still love you.
Just echoes of more intense crying come from the bowels of the horrifying tree dungeon.
Yeah. Smokey will follow.
All right, heading back into the tree, you go down the steep little steps into the lair once more.
I will follow, and I will refrain from calling him my chunky pigeon.
Okay.
All right. So we just gonna go back the way we came. I mean, I know the dice that Barkesh gave me, they're still in that last chamber where I threw them and they didn't come alive.
I mean, I love having a dog, guys. Do I really have to fix him?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I'm myself right now. Damn it.
Well, I mean, you've altered your physical appearance, but the mental drain from this curse still does have a hold on you, so you're only skin deep right now.
Yeah, I guess we should go around and gather up all of the things that we've dropped and lost and whatever.
All right, so you venture back into the actual depths of the lair, finding your way through it until you once more come to... You're going to the main lair just to pick up your dice?
I will definitely be getting my beads, yes.
All right. So the rest of the party continues and follows, making sure that you don't accidentally trip a trap or somehow pull out a monster from the shadows, being the squishiest of all.
Oh.
It's easy enough to find your adamantine dice. They are scattered on the dirt floor, but there's no trouble to pick them up. But you do once more enter the main chamber that the hags seem to have called their home, where the multitude of strings and these hanging ornaments seem to still be suspended above and around you. But since you are all now casually here, and Valindra's kind of roaming about, make a perception check for me.
Everyone, or just the one person?
Well, if you're in the room, you can make a perception check. I just see only them two currently walking their way into the depths.
Hey, wait a minute.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
I just haven't been moving my token. Don't know why we were doing that yet.
All right. Okay, so yeah. Any other perception check? Oh, Rook did it at the very top. All right.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, so Rook, you would notice this first, as Varkesh would eventually pick up on it as he sees you going in this direction. You look towards the north, the top part of the map, and you see that there is a small tunnel, probably no bigger than 2 feet in height and maybe like about 1.5 feet or maybe a little less in diameter. You notice that it's kind of a slightly caved in hole, and it seems to kind of burrow its way further past the wall and like into a deep, dark tunnel.
I think I may have found where those kobolds went off to.
You can't. Your ass is too fat.
I'll send Winnie through the tunnel.
Okay. So you send Winnie through. I don't know if Winnie gets his dark vision from you or not.
Yes?
Does he? Does he?
Can we say yes?
I'll have to quickly check on that ruling there. I don't know if that actually works, because he's either
I
going to
don't
be doing it
think
with
he
advantage.
does. I don't think familiars get like dark vision and stuff.
Let's see.
All
Facts do not, though. Not even with Back to the Chain.
Hey,
Yeah.
but fennec foxes are nocturnal to avoid the desert heat.
That's true. So he does have dark vision.
Well, just as much as cats you'd think have dark vision, in the D&D game they do not.
Wow, that's stupid, really?
They have keen sense of smell.
Yeah. So Winnie would have keen senses in terms of hearing and smelling. But, well, I mean, in his perception checks in general. So, let's say it flattens out at that point, then.
Fucking Wizards of the Coast have never had pets before, apparently.
Okay.
Not many have looked through the eyes of cats either, but,
Just a flat perception.
Yeah. Oh, God, something happened. I just heard a thing. I thought I tripped something. Okay, great. So, Winnie makes his way down into the tunnel, looking and listening carefully, trying to see if he can pick up scent or sound. He travels for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. He's not coming across anything yet. Do you want to keep him going?
Yeah.
Okay.
Until he finds something.
All right. So yeah, he's going. If the party just waits and listens, he eventually, after about 20 or so minutes of him crawling through the tunnel, he eventually follows the incline going up, up, and finally breaking through the surface into a thick tangle of briar thorns and this kind of shrub almost kind of surrounding that seems to have just kind of been over where the hole was eventually dug out of. And it looks to be somewhere in the forest.
Can I see like broken brambles or anything like that to indicate which way the kobolds may have gone?
Make a survival check for Winnie.
Come on, little buddy. Can he
smell?
Can he smell them?
I mean, he can try to track the scent, I suppose. Yeah, you can. All right, okay. Make a perception check with advantage. If you can score above a 13, then. Oh, okay.
Nope. That's 2 5s.
All right, so you just rolled the survival check flat and not with advantage. So he doesn't pick up a scent to try and help hone in
just
on their location.
a survival check now.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I've...
Okay. All right, so not picking up much of a scent, he does pick up some broken branches and a few tracks that seem to lead off in the direction slightly going. If when he looks up, he can see the sun is starting to set somewhere into the west, and you can, looking through his eyes, gauge that they might have gone to the northeast a little bit.
Okay. I'll say out loud in my man voice. It looks like they probably went like somewhere to the north. So does anyone know does anyone know what might be to the north of here?
You sound like a porn star. That's great. Keep going.
Oh, God.
If I recall, the map just said more forest up further north until, the forest ends.
Well, I guess we can check out north of here probably tomorrow. I don't know. I'm pretty tapped today. I'm out.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Rook, can you help me? Is the hag's body still here?
Yes. Well, actually, the remnants of her body, as you go and approach it, seem to be decaying rapidly. It is mostly
fuck!
ichor and bile. It's this nasty black liquid. There's a bit of rags and clothing around her, as well as some items she might have used as focuses, but...
Guess it's a bit late to do Spare the Dying, right?
I think we wanted her dead.
I think she wanted to talk... Well, he wanted to talk to her.
I'll just try and dig through her clothes. Rook, do you want to help me? And I'll just use my dagger to get through the clothes and stuff.
Okay.
Oh, I suppose.
Make an
Very
investigation check.
disgusting.
I watch when Rook bends down and see if his belly droops and touches the floor.
Oh.
Alright, so...
Well, you notice that when he bends down, he kind of has to do the kneeling squat.
Does he split his pants open? Does he?
I mean, technically, his attire would not necessarily adjust to him. You can make a dexterity saving throw. I'm pretty sure that's a pretty best stat for you. Just beat a 10. Yeah, you're fine.
25.
He's able to maneuver his
wearing
leather
a sweater?
greaves and his breeches a little bit so they don't tear necessarily as easily as that. 22 for the investigation. All right. So as you explore the remains of the witch beneath you, you don't see much in terms of like a rare item, but you do see something that is interesting. You notice that in her possession there seems to be a small, very similar to the doll that you saw inside Mrs. Hops, a little wicker frame. But you notice the wicker frame has a specific element tied to it, and as you examine and look at it for a bit, you notice there is some almost kind of like a tar-like glue substance that's stuck onto the top, and you can see splays of black hair, and you can see tiny bits of red blood marking the face, marking the arms.
Well, that's strange.
Look like Valindra. Alright, K9, if this is too much for your poor puppy brain, it's okay.
I mean, can I take a sniff of it? I mean, do I get smell because I'm a dog?
I mean, it smells like iron and wet, and the tar smells like, a nasty, foul, acidic smell.
That failing, I will try to ritual cast Identify on the effigy.
Okay.
So that's what I'll be doing while the fox is exploring.
Okay. Yeah, so during the fox's exploration, as you had begin to identify this, you get the sense that it doesn't necessarily have a specific identifiable thing. What you can tell is that it does seem to be almost like an arcane focus. Specifically, this one looks to be tied in to your party member, Valindra.
Ooh. I told you it looked like her.
Oh no.
When she was a lady.
So I'm just going to carefully keep hold of it, being sure not to damage it in any way. Valindra, I think this has kind of got your likiness to it.
She can't hear you right now.
Yeah, I'm too busy looking at
Oh, well, shucks.
Shucks.
I will just carefully put it into my robe, just like very, very carefully.
Okay, you're just putting it into your robes?
Well, until she comes back, but yeah.
Okay.
When she comes back, I'll tell her.
All right. So if other people wish to look around or look for anything or do anything...
Actually,
I'm going to spend some time crawling through here looking for any other secret passageways or anything of that like.
Okay. And Farkesh?
I would like to make an account or try and search the Rolodex that is my draconic brain to remember if I've ever seen any kobolds in my life and if they often paint themselves.
Make a history check for you and make an investigation check for Rook.
Okay. But I am taking my time on this, so...
Okay. Slow and steady with advantage. All right.
Ooh!
Mm.
Oh, goddamn! Okay, I'll take that.
Okay, so first off, Rook,
Hey.
you look around the room to see if there are any other potentially hidden passageways or secret doors of any kind. Nothing seems to be a secret door, but you do spot what appears to be a few things that were hidden inside the pots. As you look around, you can see that near the bottom, towards the entrance door, you start to look inside and see that you reach in and pull out another little wicker doll. As you move over to the bottom, you also find another one buried in some rubble. You pick it up, and you also see another one closer to the entryway, a little bit to the north west. And you also pick this one up. Each one of them is slightly different. The one in the northwest is plain. There doesn't seem to be anything on it, no markings or alterations to it. The other two you do recognize. One looks to be slightly stuffed with straw. As you can see, the straw padding is around it, kind of like making it a little bit more like a fuzzy doll, and it's a bit larger. You also notice that the other doll, that seems to be probably associated with yours, is covered in black, like a tarry black substance, and you can see a tiny little sparrow head that goes on top of the actual Wicker Man's head. Also
I
covered
snapped
in the
that one in
tar.
half immediately.
Okay, go ahead and make a strength check.
Oh my god, no, you're gonna kill yourself! Oh no!
Possibly.
Okay.
17.
All right, so you take it, and just like, breaking a bunch of sticks together in a bundle, it's a little hard, but eventually you hear the...
Please don't die.
And as you snap it in half, you suddenly see what appears to be a little black vapor that just goes out of the doll.
Nice.
And as you watch it, you feel yourself getting lighter. You look down, and the fat is starting to recede up into your belly again, and your clothes feel more form-fitting, and you just kind of slowly relax as your body reverts.
I've done it. I am a god. I have solved our problems. I am back to my beautiful self once more.
I miss Pudgy Budgy.
I take Smokies and attack at my rapier. Since they're snapping it again is the goal.
So you're snapping the smoky
Smoky.
one? All right.
Mm-hmm.
So again, snapping it, you also see that familiar... Oh, actually, make a strength check. I need you to snap it.
Okay.
Come on, Rook.
Not nearly as good.
Well, yeah, even though it's a strength save, the roll is a 3. So yeah, you try to, try to put it on your knee. It doesn't work.
Would you like me to maybe...
No! Toss on the ground and attack with my rapier instead.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I heard quick weight loss is rather drastic. But shit.
It's
Okay.
pretty easy to hit. So, I mean, once it's on the ground, you just stab it with your rapier, and as it does, you see it just... The vapor comes out, and Smokey, nothing really looks different to you. You still look the same, but you just start to feel a little more clear-headed. Your intelligence is renewed.
Yes.
Your body is still under the effects of Alter Person, so you're still looking like Smokey for the most part.
Yeah. And with that, he will just take out the Belinda's effigy, and he'll pass it to Farkesh. Can you break this, please?
Ooh, I would love to try it.
Okay, go ahead and make a strength check.
A strength check I shall indeed make. Wow.
Alright, so again, you try to, and just like the similar situation where a bundle of sticks are put together, you're just kind of like... It's just a little bit more than you expected, so you're kind of like... It doesn't snap as easily as you hope.
Wait, it's all this black tar. I will try again, because I'm not going to let a fucking bunch of sticks beat me.
There's no black tar on that.
Shut up!
There's a tiny bit on the head, but yes.
Twinge me muscles! And I give it a good old welly.
Alright, that time, kind of bracing for it a little bit, you kind of do this version of... Whoosh! As you snap it across your mighty thighs with the little breastplate, snapping it in half. As it snaps in half, you see it release the vapor. As Valindra, you're looking through Winnie's eyes, and you suddenly feel different. Your body shifts, and you can feel the sensations inside you. Though you can't hear or see anything, you now feel the sudden change once more, returning yourself to your former beautiful feminine form. Hair elongating.
Yeah, am I a girl again?
Yeah, you're pretty much a girl again.
Huh? How could she be pretty much a girl again? She either is or she isn't.
Yes. Thank you to whatever did that. I'll wait for Winnie to get back, and then I'll cut connection.
You're welcome. I shout.
Okay. Winnie can always, at any time you choose to, return to the shadow form and zip to
That's
you
true.
instantly if you needed that.
I'll just do that. That's easier.
Okay.
I'll cut connection and zap him.
All right, Winnie, fast as lightning, actually moves at the speed of darkness, which is faster than the speed of light, as we all know. But yes, he returns to you in your shadow form, and you can once more bring him back into his Fennec Fox form.
Yeah.
But you do seem to have been restored to your former self.
My God. Okay, how did that happen? How did we do this?
I pray.
Well, me being a genius, I found these other wicker dolls, smashed them, and we were returned to our original form.
But didn't do it.
How long ago were they made? Can I try to see, like, how...
Fresh.
when they were made? Like...
Well, I think assuming based upon the fact that this one is completely unchanged, which I would guess was for Varkesh, they can be made in advance, and magic just is what actually causes it to change somebody in that moment.
Make
Right,
an
but-
intelligence check.
Oh, no.
I want to take that one that was potentially mine off of Rook immediately.
Try it. I will keep it away.
I will line back you to the floor. You will be a very flat bird instead of a very fat bird. Give me the doll. I will bring down holy fire. I mean it. Give me that fucking doll. No, go on, up to Rook and I jump on.
I will play keep away as long as I can.
Okay, we'll just have you both make athletics and acrobatics checks accordingly. But Valindra, as they're playing keep away and chase, you...
Yeah.
Ooh, all right. It's a close game, but eventually he has enough of the kind of like sturdiness, strength. You kind of duck and dodge and bounce and move around, but eventually he tries to, and he grapples onto you.
Strike like a viper. Mine.
But Valindra, you notice that the Wicker's dolls might have been made a while back, but the elements that are fresh, the blood and the tar, they seem to still be fairly recent, maybe applied in less than an hour ago. You can still feel a stickiness to the tar-like substance, and the blood that was used to smear your doll is still fresh, and you can, when you touch it with your fingers, you still see a bit of it on there.
Well, either they still have the doll that was made for Varkesh, or they didn't have time to make it.
I mean, there is a lot of me to transfer into a doll. I will say.
Well, basically you just paint it blue, so not really that hard.
That's not fair. I'm more complicated than that. I have horns, for example, and a tail.
That's true. You would need to place a stick on the back of it with a small cut in it.
By the way, I forgot to mention, Varkesh, you rolled a history check.
Yes, I did, and it was 20.
Yes, a 20. You do not recall necessarily any of the kobolds that you have seen specifically in your recent histories that have painted themselves necessarily. You do know that kobolds themselves, just from the history of kobolds, that they tend to try and emulate whatever they're revering at the time. So occasionally, if let's say a kobold is working for a specific individual, they might try to embody some kind of, almost like a version of marking themselves in a way to represent the person or creature that is more powerful than them, the big boss in a sense. Kind of like a marking to show that they belong,
Tribalism.
like a little bit like a tribal thing. So if they were marking themselves that way, there was something that they associated those particular colors and markings to be representative to whoever they believe to be their big boss or their.
Were the night hags blue?
The night hags had a dark blacky blue kind of skin, very close to like a midnight color. But yeah, they were
But,
slightly.
What color were the kobolds one? You say they were blue, but what kind of blue? Was it brighter than the blue that the hag's skin were?
Make another history check. You can make this with advantage because it was something very recent.
19, thank God.
Okay.
Always.
Yeah. No, it was not the same color blue. The blue that they used seemed to have been more of like a fresh berry blue. That might have been something that was
that's quite
smeared
bright.
from like a fruit rather than this one, which is closer to like tar with a bit of like a blue tint to it.
What are the designs on them? They seem to somehow evoke the hags or something else.
well, this was a kind of an internal monologue, and I'm going to say to the rest of the party, like, did you notice that the little scaly ones were painted?
No.
Really? I mean,
I saw that they were painted. It was fairly obvious, but
that's weird.
is it? I assumed it was just some tribal nonsense, really.
Well, I've never seen kobolds paint themselves like that.
Do you often spend time all around this small, scaly folk?
I mean, I tend to draw a crowd.
Of kobolds specifically, because I've never seen you hanging out with kobolds.
It's happened once, and it wasn't planned. I was out camping one day when I was traveling down to this territory, and I woke up, and they were there, and they would try to build a shrine to me. No, don't do that.
You said no? Really?
I did. I said no. I said...
I think that's probably the least believable thing I've heard you say today.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like you at all.
Well, I did. I was being very humble, and I said, no, the statue is far too small, and it's not glorious enough. You need to start again.
There it is. Okay.
Okay, that makes more sense.
That tracks. All right.
Well, either way, at this point, I think we ought to either collapse that entrance and gotta show up for the night, or maybe go back to town now that we are back to a more reasonable state.
I mean, if you're going to make a statue, you must make it magnanimous. Especially if it's about me. And what was that crack about my tail?
Are you still on about that statue?
No, now I'm talking about my tail. You mentioned it. What are you saying?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe we can walk and have this conversation, because it's getting dark.
I missed you when you were fat and you were easy to depress.
That's incredibly rude, Varkesh. Let's all. I think I'm walking with Smokey.
Yeah, and as we leave this big room, I'm going to cast just to produce flame at like the dream catchers and all that nonsense on the roof.
Oh, Smokey, do you have something to take care of this? I'll say once we get into the room where like you had to leave a magic item and take a magic item.
I don't really, unless I get the 5th level spell slot from level 10, I do not. Which I assume.
Not yet.
Sure. I don't have the energy right now, but Coral, witch dropped a ring.
What?
It just heard witch doctrine.
The witch dropped a ring on our chase, so she could
Yeah, I know. That's something I was curious about. I was actually about to bring that up myself. Okay.
Don't.
Yeah, I can't break it right now. Although I was thinking, Valinder, did we ever try just using your hand to get magic items out of the room?
No, but I think that the barrier has to do with the magic item themselves. I'm willing to try it, but I'll use my hand to reach into the room and then try to take it out with
Mage
just...
hand.
Yeah, just mage hand.
Okay, so you look for the ring, and you use the mage hand to pick it up and try to pull it towards you outside of the barrier?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you pick it up and pull it towards, you see that it just, ding, the ring flies off and kind of blink, bounces back into the room.
Yeah, it has to do with the magic item itself. Well, I mean, could we perhaps leave this open until tomorrow, and then, Smokey, if you can get rid of this magical trap, we can take everything in here?
Let me see. I'm going to try one more thing. So I'm going to have everyone get out of the room except for me. And then I'm going to put the ring just like by the door frame. And I'm just going to try to blow it out of the room. It's like,
Okay. Make a constitution check for me.
come on.
Creative solutions.
Okay, so this is mostly you going there on the floor, and you're just going...
I'm big bad wolf in it.
You really, really try, but you instead go into the...
You went
and instead you pass out.
And into a big bad corky puppy.
Sadly for you, you notice that as Smokey starts doing this, he just pops on the floor.
Sorry, guys.
I mean, a creative solution, but he knows he has to breathe out more, right? And not hyperventilate.
I don't know if he... No, I think his head is still kind of messed up from the transformation earlier. I don't know.
No.
Which
That
one
doesn't
of you
mean
is
I'm
going to
still-
teach him how to blow?
Well, I mean, with Varkesh being as much of a blowhard as he is, he probably could figure it out.
To it.
I assumed it was going to be either Rook or Varkesh, considering both of them have played the "He's my lover" card to shopkeepers.
Wait, when have I done what now?
You did it in River Run when he was at the guild hall.
Wait.
You both expressed attentions towards Smokey.
Yes.
I did, and I might do it again.
Everyone loves Smokey.
Might do it again.
Smokey's just building up a harem, man.
What more could you want?
I can't imagine Varka's dressed like Princess Leia. I mean, maybe, no.
Anyway,
Just in
Rook kind of
silver.
reaches out and tries to shake Smokey awake.
Oh yeah, you're able to jostle him back up. He was
Okay.
barely passed out.
So, I mean, should we stay here for the night, or should we
No.
go back to town?
Perhaps not here, and I wouldn't really recommend staying up in the trees either, since it seems that is the easiest way to move around. Vacatone may be our best bet, although I am loath to leave this place. The hags may return.
Possibly.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. They might come back and take all the stuff, and if
Wait,
we
what?
want all the stuff,
What is left?
Actually, now that I think about it, all I need is have I done my restoration thing?
Arcane recovery.
Arcane recovery.
Let me check my character sheet. I haven't, so all I need is a short rest, and I can actually, if we're willing to wait an hour, I mean it'll be dark, but I could try and dispel whatever the heck is on this room.
I think that's worth it.
I would agree.
I mean, what's exactly left in this room?
There is some what you recognize as just the remnants of some of the dust that's on the floor from the choking powder. It's mostly used up, and you can see a tiny ring that has just been left on the dirt floor, which has not been picked up now. It's just kind of been there, has smoky blue on it. So it's just
And we have the invisibility powder
I
as
think that
well.
was still there too. Yeah.
the invisibility powder is on Rook's possession. Oh, there is a bead of darkness too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, do you want me to try to identify this ring first to make sure it's worth it?
Go for it.
All right, so I will start casting identifying. Actually, you know what? At that, I'm going to cast a spell slot because I couldn't use any first level spell slots during that fight because none of my spells were relevant.
Okay, so you're just gonna burn it rather than do the ritual.
Yeah.
Okay, so you begin to cast slowly onto the ring, but you then just go, fucking, you blow a spell slot in order to get the magic item's name. It is a ring of resistance. You know it specifically has resistance to fire damage.
Ooh. Isn't Smokey the only one that's not resistant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think Smokey got a new ring.
If I can get out of this goddamn room.
It's like they're pulling it on the other side with a force wall. He's like, give me the ring!
Yeah. All right, Smokey's just going to sit his butt down and he's just going to start waiting.
All right, you're going to take a
That
short
isn't a
rest.
bad idea. While he's doing this, I'll actually take some of my mithril rope, tie it around the ring, step outside of the room, and try to pull it through.
Okay, it's a very comical version of a mime right now for you. You can see that as Rook is doing this and pulling it, there's a tiny ring that's just hovering there, and it just kind of just... as he's just pulling it.
Worth an attempt. I'll let it drop down, take out the mithril wire, and just put it back in my possession.
Okay. By the way, Scott, you're a little soft.
Hello.
Yes.
Bieta.
Just saying, because most people, they can't hear you when you started talking.
That's an honest to God fucking surprise for once.
Yeah. But so you're all going to take a short rest, allowing Smokey to use his arcane recovery to get some spell slots back, along with Valindra with her warlock capabilities of being able to regenerate her spells as well during this time. Varkesh and Rook? Nope.
Do I think that enough of the hag's mouth would be intact based on the rate of deterioration?
Oh,
There is no mouth. What
She's
you
cold
see,
cannon.
She's
what
tar.
you see is basically it's tar, ichor. It's like a very black sludge right now.
No skull or anything of that like either?
Everything basically deteriorated to slime.
So she
And an eldritch blast it in frustration, spew the tar everywhere.
I'm just like,
Worth it.
Yeah. All right, everyone. I think I'm ready to give this a try.
Okay. All right, let's do this.
Okay. All of you hear this. As you are basically taking a small amount of time to short rest, during the middle of it, you hear the sounds of footsteps in the distance, just into the dirt floor, coming towards the party.
During this time,
All
I'm
right.
hit dice.
Yeah, I'm doing hit dice too.
This
We're
is
gonna get a fight. I'm doing a quick short
this
rest.
is in the middle of your
No,
rest.
gotta kill me!
Oh, you didn't say that.
It is about half an hour in that you.
Okay.
I will try to hide just around the corner from whatever's going on.
Sure, you can make a stealth check.
So I think I'd be in the object room. So I'll probably try and hide under a table or something.
Yeah, that is generally where we were at the
Yeah,
time,
you'll
as
be
I
in the
recall.
object room at this point. Yes.
I guess I'll be standing there like a tit in a trance, looking very obvious.
I'm gonna hold.
Be attempting to hide right about there, I suppose.
I guess I'm gonna hold Toll the Dead to cast as soon as I see whatever is.
Oh wait! Are you really like?
If it's a threat.
There we go. It's like little old lady going, I had some problems. Ah!
Little old lady, she's going to die.
Yeah.
Oh, the non-deadly hag old lady. Like maybe she's got like a loaf of bread going, hello children.
Dude, in this place, no, she's going to die.
All right, so Varkesh, you doing anything in the room?
I'm fucking 8 foot tall and 600 pounds and I'm a blue reptile. I'm just gonna stand there.
Can you pull a crunk just the...
You could
Just
if
like
you
hold
want.
a base in front of you, trying to hide behind it.
Markesh, use the dust. Use the invisibility dust.
No,
That's
because
really
last time I fucked around with dust, I almost died.
Also, that's on me, not him.
Yeah.
Okay,
Never mind.
I'm under a table.
Okay, you can make a stealth check. Yep.
Okay. Oh, what happened to the character sheet?
There's another one for bird bingo.
And exotic bird bingo.
Tweet.
Ooh,
Hey,
pretty
nice.
good. But Varkesh not really bothering to hide.
I've got no spell slots left.
That's fine.
And I'm just too big. And
just-
I rolled disadvantage on stealth. I'm just gonna fucking stand.
All right, so you all just wait patiently as you hear the footsteps getting louder and louder. They're very casual. They seem to be going slowly but cautiously. You do hear pauses and then continuations as it seems to get closer and closer. Rook, you start to see something emerge from the shadows. It's a figure, tall, dark. The hair is very well kept and black. It looks masculine, and in the shadow it appears around the corner and looks into the room.
Hello, I'm Varkesh. I won't kill you.
Is it anybody that I recognize?
You do recognize them.
Is it?
As Varkesh says that, you see a figure stepping out towards the party.
It's...
And you see a small, lithe kind of male looking around going, "Hello, I did not expect to see you three."
He's French.
And may we never meet again. Hello.
Oh my god, is this that asshole from like session 0 stuff?
You recognize this is Kindrel.
The French guy.
He is still dressed very fine. You can see that his robes are well kept, and he seems to have that regal look to him, jewels on his fingers, and a very charismatic looking face as he seems to look at Varkesh, and he hears a few others, but he doesn't see Rook yet, and he doesn't see Smokey yet.
Ah, it's you.
Well, Kendrell, what brings you here? I make my presence known just to the side.
Well, oh, so sorry. You startled me for a moment and did not expect to see you there. I was in a search for something, and I was told I might find it here, but I did not expect to find you three. Where is your friend? I do not see him.
Friend?
Yes, your friend. Where is your friend?
If you're,
Make note of his act.
I want to hit him so much.
if you're referring to Victor, he had other obligations to fulfill and is no longer with us.
Oh. Well, the pity, I suppose.
He pussed
But-
out.
That was actually very clever, Varkesh. I'm going to give you that one.
You.
But we do have Smokey that is now traveling with us.
And what is a smoky?
It's another puss.
It's Smokey.
I will stand up from underneath the table.
Oh, I see. You upgraded to a larger version.
Yep. Chubbier model.
I assume that is an upgrade.
What? Why are you here, Kendall? Why are you here of all places?
It is Kindral.
Kindrel, I'm so sorry.
Is it-
Kindereg, what are you doing here?
Well, I told you I am here because I am searching for a lead. And I was told I might find it here, but instead I found corpses and very odd-looking scarecrows and scorch marks.
You're
What
welcome.
have you been doing down here?
We've been-
Fighting things.
Musical group.
I think if you want information from us, it's only fair you give information to us. But more specifically, what are you searching for? We may have found it here in our
Ooh,
work.
perhaps you may have. I was looking for a few kobolds that have been recently spotted in the area.
Ooh.
Well, you should have seen a couple of their burnt corpses back in the
I
other
did.
room.
I saw at least 3 down there, but I'm looking for at least 5. Are the other 2 somewhere in here?
Why?
We scared them off. I believe they may have run. Valindra, were you able to determine?
Yeah, they ran off to the north somewhere. I don't know exactly where. We're actually planning on trying to track them down tomorrow. If you want to accompany us, you can.
Oh, you are attempting to chase them down into the mountains.
Yeah.
Why are you looking for them?
I have my own reasons, and I do not necessarily need to share them with you. But I did share with you why I am here, but you need to share with me why are you here.
Well, that nearby town was being terrorized, and we have reason to believe it is related to a personal goal of ours to mitigate the coming calamity. So we took the time to check it out, and did what we could.
It may be because I'm English, and it may be because he's French, but I don't trust him.
No,
Just
he
saying.
fucked off with our thing in that guy's head.
I know! He's a bit...
I don't like him.
Are you guys saying this out loud?
I
No,
mean, Barkesh might.
no, I'm not. I mean, okay, so Kendall, if I recall, you were interested in kobolds before. Is this for the same reason?
It is associated with my previous adventure when I encountered you, yes.
I've forgotten the name of me dear daddy. What's his name again?
One moment.
I believe that was Grogtar, if I remember correctly.
Urtak.
Urtak,
Sorry.
is it?
Urtak.
It's Urtak? Okay, who's that one then?
I don't know.
Oh, okay, sorry. Erase that name, you didn't hear it.
We didn't hear that.
You didn't hear that
I
name.
didn't hear fuck all anyways.
We're all good. Alright, yes.
So if that's the right one, I'm just gonna like glare at Frenchie McFrencherson over here and go, does the name Utak mean anything to you?
He looks at you intently.
And I just glare at him back. This is across the channel thing for hundreds of years. This is gonna happen.
Make a charisma check for me.
Uh-oh. Mm-mm. Ain't no casting no spell on me.
No, it's not a saving throw, it's a charisma check.
But he's not that surprisingly. He's just not that charismatic.
I'm just,
Yeah, surprising. Sure.
Only in
It's
his head.
proof.
Alright. It's basically a staring contest to a degree, to see who might break first. And you see that as he stares at you, slowly his face very calm and collected, he watches you, and eventually you just kind of give a little twitch. Kind of a moment of breaking your silent stare, and he just kind of smiles and goes, "Oh, I suppose I might have heard that name before, but
I suppose you have.
my memory is not so fresh on that subject."
What do you want? Do you want me to bribe you with baguettes?
can
Some
I
garlic cheese, maybe?
insight check that and see if he's actually the reason he's looking for these kobolds?
I just like lean in, and instead of blinking, I just, as a reptile, I just blink sideways and like, ha
And I'd like to specifically check if if he actually knows the name at all, like if there's any actual recognition, or if he's trying to fuck with us to leverage information that he may or may not have.
Alright, you both can make insight checks as Varkesh uses his third eyelid to blink.
I love it.
Ooh.
Yes.
21.
Alright, both of you are really high. So, Valindra, you get the sense that when the name is mentioned and you watch his reaction, he does seem to have some extra knowledge he's not sharing. As to whether or not it is maybe associated with his search for the kobolds, it's hard to say, but he does seem to know the individual. Same with you, Rook. You get the sense that he's being a little cunning. He's being honest. He looks like he's trying to do that very fine dance of telling you the truth but not telling you the whole truth.
So help me God.
Okay, Varkash.
Well, so how did you hear that the kobolds are here?
I was informed about their presence from rumors nearby.
Did you also visit the town?
I have been to the town, yes.
That's interesting. They wouldn't tell us anything about what was out here. And we did ask a couple of times.
Well, perhaps you need to be more charming like myself.
How'd you like a toe up the arse?
I think I will go without that pleasure if you do not mind.
As I thought so, you
Why
saw
so hostile, Varkash? I understand he's a little slimy, but he's never done us wrong.
I don't know. Like as Valindra said, he kind of did all this out of a bit of stuff way back when in session at the very beginning of our marvelous adventure.
I didn't know such diddling. I helped
I
you.
said that not in character.
Well, Rook asked you this question. He said, Varkash, why are you so...
I was saying... Wait, did he?
He did?
Yes.
He did.
Pretend... No, smoke bomb! Nothing. I'm just going to look at him again and go, he's my dad. Where is he?
That is your father?
Yes, I know he's a bit of a bell end, but...
To say the least.
He's gonna look at you for a second.
And I just look at him back and go, I can do this again. Challenge accepted.
He just kind of goes, I do not know whether I should believe you or not. You seem
I'm being truthful.
more likely to stretch the truth than to say it plainly.
Oh, was that a tall joke?
It was
I think,
more...
I think he's saying that you like to exaggerate to sometimes make yourself a little more impressive than what might normally other people say about you.
I just like look at my bicep and it's like 4 times the size of Smokey's head. To be like, yeah, I exaggerate.
It seems that you did upgrade to a smarter model.
Sadly, I wish I could take the batteries out of this one.
What is a battery?
It's like a Furby. It just doesn't shut the fuck up.
I've said like 2 things in this conversation.
But I am being truthful. I am being very truthful.
Kendril, in all seriousness, I do suggest that you tell us anything you know about Uruktok because it could be very useful, not only to us, but to a lot of people, and I'm going to cast suggestion on him.
Oh. Alright, that is a what save?
Wisdom!
Oh.
Please have shitty wisdom!
Natural 20.
Son of a bitch!
So, as you say that to him, he looks at you and goes, "Oh, Sherry, I know that spell far too well. Shame. Shame indeed."
Yeah, shame on us. Shame on us for trying to get information that's going to be helpful. Shame on you for keeping information from us. We've been nothing but nice to you.
Shame on you for assuming I should give it freely. Maybe perhaps we can come to an arrangement and I could get something from you in return.
I told you which way the kobolds were going. That's useful to you.
I did not ask for such information. You offered it freely.
No, you asked what we found.
I asked what you were doing here.
He has a point.
Shut up, Brooke.
I hate... Okay, just... What do you want? What do you want from us?
Well, perhaps if information is what is required from both parties, you might be able to help me with some other information that you might have more experience around. Tell me, you were here and you were searching for something to eradicate? You said it was part of some grander plan?
We just said that we were here looking.
Oh no, I stated that we were here to remove a problem.
You had a problem and there was something in here in order for you to resolve the problem? A piece of it? What was this piece? What did you do in here?
Do we have an agreement that if we answer your question, you'll answer ours?
Depending on how well you answer, I shall answer in kind.
Well, as you've already proven that you can out-talk us, how about you just show us a good favor and answer us first?
I think that's how this works.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Oh, gee, thanks. Persuasion. Here it is. It's a 6.
Each smiles at you and goes, I think not. Perhaps if you were to tell me yours first. It seems you're more keen on knowing my information, and I'd like to keep it hanging for you.
I don't think we need to tell him anything necessarily. We have a goal. We have next steps.
It's true, we have leads.
Which could be useful, but we don't necessarily need to take it.
That is fine. If you will excuse me, I will continue my investigation.
I just grab him by the arm, like, wait.
Yes?
What would you like in return? I would really like to know. I really, really do.
I would like to know why you are here. What is this grander plan you attempt to accomplish? And what specifically have you done here that has aided you in this attempt to solve the problem?
Right. I don't know about any specific items that's aided us, but we found a map previously that led us here, and we fought some witches. They fucked around with us, and the majority of them got away. And we are here to try and find out where my diabolical father is, so I can kill him.
Very interesting. May I see the map?
I'd like to watch for how he responded when Varkesh said that we were looking to kill Ortek. Gotta get a feel for how he feels about that.
Make an insight check.
You can do it. Inquisitive rogue.
Good.
Yes.
Oh,
Alright. You see a mixture of very carefully kept, but you kind of pick up on it a little bit. He seems a bit of surprise and a bit of disbelief in a moment of kind of like a...
You?
No positive or negative feelings about it at all?
It
Just
is more
and-
of a surprise,
Yeah, right.
and I cannot believe you're thinking you could do this, but alright.
Okay, I've told you, right, why we are here and how we got here. Now you tell, quid pro quo, Clarice. You now.
But what's the deal? You're trying to steal some extra information here.
Information.
I just wanted to see the map that was part of your previous explanation to show that
And-
your actual answer is truthful, and you are
You
not making this up.
see the map afterwards, after you.
The whole point of a trade of information is to share information.
Yes,
We have
but I
been
want to
entirely
make...
forthcoming, and you are refusing to answer our questions.
I
This
just wish to
strikes me
make
as a
sure
breach of
you...
contract.
I just want you to be honest with me. If you are honest, then you must have a map. May I see this map that you have so-called claimed was the start-off for your adventure?
I hold up the map that's rolled up, and I unfurl a corner to show that it is map-like, but it doesn't show any specific information. And then I roll the corner back up, and then I put the map away and be like, "Now for you."
Mr. Kindrell, we've given you a piece of our information, so it seems only fair you give us at least a piece of what you have to offer.
Fine, I shall give you a piece until I can see the map fully. What piece do you wish to have?
Well, that's kind of hard because we don't know how many pieces you got.
Indeed.
I hate this guy.
I'm gonna eat him. I'm gonna eat him. I swear to God, I'm gonna eat him. It's gonna give me indigestion, but I'm gonna eat him.
Well,
Varkeshi's your dad. You ask what piece you want.
Okay, all right, okay. I'm gonna give him the most evilest reptilian stink eye ever,
Don't ask him a yes or no question.
and I'm just gonna start to slowly unfurl the map and be like, I want to know everything, absolutely everything, and well, needless to say, the consequences are not gonna be too pleasant if you fuck me around, and I'll unfurl the map. I will still hold it. He won't touch it, but I'm just gonna hold it.
okay.
And as he does, I am going to try and sleight of hand minor illusion to just slightly move the areas of the X's around.
Ooh, clever.
Oh. Okay, minor illusion, is that a verbal or somatic? It's somatic and material. Okay, so it's just hand waving. All right, so yeah,
And I am
It is
loud and
absolute-
I'll do it behind my back.
it is absolutely sleight of hand. So yeah, go ahead and do your sleight of hand.
Oh, come on, Smokey!
No, does he get it with advantage? Because I'm
Ooh.
loud and distracting?
No. I mean, you wouldn't know what he's doing. It's like
I
you
mean,
can't
why
necessarily
would he
give
be looking at me,
advantage.
though? His eyes are on the map, and I'm away from
Indeed,
Varkesh.
indeed, but it's kind of a moment where Your sleight of hand is just trying to, like, because casually you've kept your hands at your side, and then you're just kind of slowly trying to put them behind your back, so if someone just casually watches you on the peripheral... Let's see what his passive perception is, because his wisdom's a +1. So yes,
he has to pass.
he just barely passes with a 1. So he just, out of the corner of his eye, he watches and looks and sees Smokey do something, and then he looks at the map and looks at you. What did you just do?
It was a little dirty. I cleaned myself off.
Make a deception check.
Come on, roll 20. Give me something to work with.
You got this. You got this. Oh, God.
Roll.
He looks at you for a moment and goes,
We can hope he rolls poorly too.
I do not believe that is exactly an honest answer. May I see the map for a moment, please?
I'm showing you can see with your eyes, not with your hands.
Move the map for me. As you move it, he notices the illusion changes from its location.
I would drop it when he starts to move it.
All right, okay. But he would notice the shift and he'd go, ah, I see. Thank you. He analyzes the map for a second.
This guy's a dick, and I hate him.
So,
Fucking hate this guy.
you wish to know everything that I do about your father?
I swear to God, if it's like what kind of sandwich he likes the best, and that's it, I'm gonna fucking kill him. Yes, I would like to know as much as everything possible, please.
Very well. You see him walk around casually as he begins explaining, very similar to a snooty person who kind of is examining things, knocking a few of the fetishes with his fingers as he picks up some of the materials around and looking at them.
I am listening very carefully for any lies.
That would be a insight check for you?
So am I. I'm
right.
definitely doing that too.
Yeah, and I also have ear for deceit as well.
Yes, you do have the ear for deceit, so anything lower than an 8.
Yep. Yep, 15.
That was a 5, so you rolled an 18.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Both of you rolled pretty much the same. Okay.
I'm also going to do it. I don't have very good wisdom, but I don't like this guy.
Okay. All right. Yep. Okay. You're rolling great so far. So
can't do anything about it.
Yeah. True enough.
The nap.
So you notice him walk around as he casually begins to divulge the information. Your father was a peculiar individual, one that has been rumored to have been amassing some form of force. We assume he will be returning to his home rather than expanding outwards, so we find him very little threat for us to worry over. So our intel is kind of sketchy at the best, but I can tell you that he is very well situated here in the Florin Valley. And at the moment, I do believe he currently has at least 5 specific individuals under his thumb, as you might say, in your language. And he uses them to try and advance his goals. Now, his goals probably are to, in some way, make a conquest. Now, I believe his conquest won't be anything for you to worry about necessarily, so it's a very interesting thing that you would be interested in his work. Are you wishing to stop him for a specific reason?
Yes, he's a very, very bad man.
Bad in your mind, but he might not necessarily be bad in all minds.
No, I quite literally watched him slaughter an entire town. He's a very bad man.
Well, if the town perhaps was filled with bad people, then the slaughtering would not be bad.
I doubt men, women, and children going about their average day would be really classed as ne'er-do-wells.
Well, it's
you'd be surprised.
If you argue for the greater scheme of things, if these individuals perhaps made some support effort towards a force or other kingdom that is currently subjugating or oppressing another form of nation or people or tribe, then perhaps by cutting off their supply lines, they would be able to subvert the kingdom's control. So, it is hard to say what is truly black and white. Still.
You said he's going home. He's doing this to go home. Where's his home? Where is home to him?
Ah, that is the question.
Yes, that's the question I asked.
I cannot say specifically where his home is exactly, but
course
I
you-
do know that he originated from the Jinsin Desert.
Okay.
He's talking about maybe he's not a bad guy, maybe, all that kind of stuff. Can I tell if he's one of the people that believes he's probably not bad?
Or if
You
he's
can
just
make
in a
an
devil's
insight
advocate
check.
thing.
We're rolling all kinds of insights.
Everything is inside checks. Ye doubt all I say.
I doubteth, I say.
God damn.
Oh, 24!
So what are you inside checking, Varkash?
And to see if he's just lying, like, if he is self-included in this delusion that all this flim-flammery of word use about good is not good, is relative, and I want to punch him in the face. But I want to see if he's lying first.
All right, Valindra, it's a little hard to pinpoint.
Yep.
But you
Yep.
you definitely feel like he does like to speak in a little bit like an eloquent riddle-esque kind of explanation.
jeez.
So he's kind of he does seem to have that tendency to dance around the truths, but he doesn't lie outright to you.
Thou art a douchebag.
So for you, Varkesh, again, he doesn't seem to be lying outright. He does seem to think that there are forces, or there perhaps are things that you might perceive as bad, but he himself knows that they're for maybe perhaps a greater good, or for a personal good, which therefore might conflict with your good. So he doesn't necessarily take it as... It's kind of like a mutual respect for two opposing sides. When you have knights or soldiers that fight from either side for a banner as a mercenary group or something, you hold no animosity towards the opposing force, because it's kind of like both are doing what they're meant to do, and it's under a dictation or some kind of directive from someone else. So it's kind of like the pawns should not feel resentment to pawns.
That's fucked up morals. I mean, who thinks that way after killing children?
But you do see that he just kind of is casually keeping himself occupied by examining and investigating the room, which, by the way, he is doing that.
Explodes.
No.
Kills us all.
But he is looking around. Okay.
Yeah, you're on fire.
All right. He does stop for a moment, and he bends down and picks up the ring.
I know that ring is
That's
not
ours.
on the ground.
You have it on your person?
Yeah.
All right. Are you keeping it with you?
I mean, I haven't left the room. I'm like, once I knew that ring was fire protection, it's
Right.
with me.
Okay. So instead of the ring, he does look, and he does see the choking powder residue. He does kind of look at it for a moment. And he does seem to examine a few of the tables and some of the notes that have been scratched on there as he looks down and starts to read them slightly and going, I cannot read this. So, have I answered your questions satisfactorily?
Well, we asked for everything you knew. Then sort of, with your keen mind, surely you can make some predictions about what this person we're looking for, what his moves might be.
You wish for me to predict the move of that one? I do not necessarily know the mind of all creatures in the world. How do you expect to even analyze him if I cannot even do it?
Well, you can hypothesize. Isn't that what great minds do? They try and predict what others do and then take advantage of it?
I have shared my knowledge from all that has been gathered, but I do not necessarily have enough to form any opinion. But I do know that he has caused a few issues for us, and I will be making sure to correct them accordingly. Speaking of which, do you know, did the kobolds, did they perish further down inside? Or
Not
you
all
said
of
they
them.
escaped to the north. Yes. If you don't mind, I think I must pursue them before it gets too dark.
Okay.
Just like, go.
Bye.
There's two other hags out there. I'd be careful.
Or not.
Indeed,
Who's
you
that, by
said
the
you
way?
only slayed one? If there are two?
There were 3, and now there are 2.
Indeed. I shall be cautious to make sure to not come across them. But I have my own means of being able to keep out of sight. But if that is all, Thank you for sharing your information, and I will look forward to hearing about your success.
Does he?
Thank you for being as forthcoming as you have, if a little riddly. And I take it back. I do hope we do meet again.
I
You're
felt it was equivalent for an information exchange, but perhaps maybe it will be enjoyable to see you again and see how well you do.
How does he hold himself when he talks to me compared to other people? Is his tone of voice dismissive or flippant or disgusted? Is his posture very defensive, or is it closed off, or is it open and casual compared to talking to me to everyone else?
For the best part that you can tell, he is very much a snob, an aristocrat, a noble in some kind of manner. He does seem to look down at all of you. You all seem to be lesser stock to him, and he seems to be explaining things in a manner that's not necessarily demeaning, but you can definitely tell it's kind of slightly what's the P word?
Not condescending.
Priggish.
No. It's like patronizing. It's patronizing.
Yeah.
But
Ladies,
that is,
ladies and gentlemen, you can easily see why we had a 100-year war with them.
but you do see that he has this kind of, I have done what is considered polite, and I am no longer required to keep up my etiquette.
Mm-hmm.
As he turns and continues to walk out of the room towards the hallway. He does pause and look back at all of you and goes, "Oh, perhaps one other thing, a freebie of sorts to help you out. If you are to pursue your father, I would suggest that perhaps you might try to either get a little stronger, or maybe perhaps get something that might be more effective in resisting the magics that come from lightning. I know he has a tendency to use those when he can."
I mean, Smokey, can you use lightning?
Not so much.
I mean, can you though?
I mean, hypothetically, if I learn a new spell for it.
Do you know if he's vulnerable to any type of damage?
No, I do not know.
Great.
Best
Thanks.
of luck.
Thank you, Kendro. Best of luck in your kobold hunt.
And he does leave as he heads
Oh,
out.
wow.
I'm gonna send Winnie after him just to keep an eye on him because I really don't like this guy.
Okay, make a stealth check for Winnie.
Make sure he doesn't do anything sneaky in this cave.
Okay.
Natural fucking 20 boy.
Okay, Winnie like a shadow. All right. As Winnie follows, are you perceiving through Winnie's eyes at that point?
Yes.
All right. So as you
Eyes and ears.
Eyes and ears. As you watch and listen carefully, you follow him out. As Kindrel moves his way around, he does stop, go towards the corpses of the actual kobolds, and you see him take one head, detach it, another head, detaches it, a third head, and detaches it as well. He carries
him shooting himself while he's doing this?
it's the ripping of that wet flesh.
Oh,
I knew.
sounds like you're shitting pants every time.
But yes, he does yank them off, and he seems to walk with them in his hands as he looks around, doesn't seem to find what he's looking for, and continues on, heading out the actual the main way. You see him going towards some of the scarecrows, and you see him take some of the larger burlap sackcloth, and he throws the heads inside the burlap sacks, making a makeshift bag for him to carry. As he ties them off with some of the rope and string that he pulls from the nearby cords that have been dangling on the ceilings, secures it, makes like a primitive backpack of sorts, slings it over his shoulder, and continues to make his way out. Once he gets to the actual exit and looks about, you see him examining the treetops, looking at the sky, seeing where the sun has set, and gauging a general kind of a compass overlay for the actual land. Lines himself up with the north direction, and you see him slowly weave a spell, and he shrinks into the form of a raven, and you see him fly up into the sky as he heads to the north.
I as the raven flies.
Okay, this guy has a weird fascination with cutting off people's heads. Just
Well, he's
saying.
probably aware of people who can do what you can do and wants to prevent leaving any information behind.
Yeah, but that's such a dick thing to do. I don't like him even more now. I feel targeted.
Part of some sort of strange organization, you know. It's entirely possible they have things like this everywhere they go.
Do you know who he works for? I mean, is it another adventuring party company person?
He said very little when we met him in the first place. He gave us the runaround then, too.
We've not been able to determine that yet. Whatever group he works for, it seems that they're in the interests of preventing expansionist ideals somewhere within these borders, just based on what he said there. But I haven't any idea what it might be.
Where is the Ginseng Desert, anyway? Does anyone know where that is?
It's southwest.
You do know where it is, yeah. It's on the map, as the map has been marked a little bit. The base that is currently in the deep wood in the south currently is on the border where the desert is.
I think it's in our best interest to worry more about taking down these strongholds here first. They're more pressing, and may reduce what your father has at hand when we do confront.
Yeah, and if what he said is true about him having 5 sort of lieutenants, if you will, obviously that the half Goliath caster flesh golem guy is going to be 1. I don't know if the hags would count as 3 or 1, because I think they'd each be their own, but then we still have 2 more hideouts to do, and I would think each of them have their own sort of leader.
I think it's more likely that these agents of his are more free roaming, or in positions of power elsewhere.
Maybe
These hags have certainly been performing strange rituals around here, and the melted face fellow was indeed a leading scientist, but it doesn't strike me as leadership. I think we're looking for something more along the lines of the wizard that we had fought, the stone giant, half-stone giant.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, during this time and discussion, you would have finished your short rest for health points and arcane recovery.
Yeah.
So, here's the thing. I don't trust that baguette swallower to come back and not try and steal that ring. So I say we stay here and we sleep in this room.
Well, I'm going to try to, if we leave the room, I can try and cast Dispel Magic to break the spell now.
Be good.
Alright.
We saw your lips move, but didn't hear what you said, Scott.
I said I'm just going to settle down for the long haul, just to get ready, and if he fails, I'm going to get ready to sleep the entire night here.
Okay.
Alright, everyone into the hallway. We don't want any accidents. Last time we tried to use magic on those wards, they bounced back at us.
This is fair. I will be out here.
I'll go out into the hallway.
Me too. Alright. And then, once Valindro's out, I'm going to try and cast Dispel Magic at level 5.
Ooh.
Okay. Well, please roll for me your casting modifier.
Roll high.
Alright. And I don't get a level 10 thing yet, right?
Not yet. You haven't long rested.
Sure thing. Okay.
Alright.
So
Nice gods bless us.
This is going to be an intelligence check. Here we go. That is 22!
Okay,
Nice.
so you focus your magic, and as you begin to bring it around and slowly coalesce it, you start to get it bigger and larger, and the spell becomes stronger with each of these rotations before you eventually release it out and you see it kind of hit like a wave the entire ring around the room. And as the arcane runes hit, you see them just kind of... They all seem to extinguish for a moment, and you watch as they sit there. Make an Arcana check.
Oh, I may only have a quick window opportunity. Arcana.
Snatch your
Arcana.
Okay, 20.
20.
So, you notice that as you do that, they seem to be nullified. The magic has kind of, almost in a sense, had a temporary version of anti-magic zone. Very slight, but you do notice that as the magic has started to dissipate, they start to...
Oh, I'm gonna run
Grab and go!
Okay.
run away with it.
Alright, you grab the ring immediately and run out as fast as you can. And as you do, you just run out quickly before it just catches the ring, and instead it is now safely in your possession.
Nice. Badass, Smokey. I like it.
Oh, that's really powerful magic. Holy cow.
Well, this is their home base. I'm sure they've had plenty of time to work on the wards.
You know what? It might have been a good idea to dispel it and then shoot at it. Well, it was probably.
It might have worked. I mean, it only looked like it was down to like a couple of seconds.
Yeah, but a couple of seconds is all it takes to fire an Eldritch Blast at it.
That's true.
Proper planning, yes. And perhaps an adamantine bolt would have been of use too. But either way, we have, I believe, everything that we wanted from this area. Are we ready to move on?
I'm good. I mean, all that's left is just, that bead of darkness. I think we're okay. We can come back if we... I mean, I'm okay leaving.
I think we should also spend some time removing all these wards, though, before we leave. All these...
Yeah.
Effigies.
Yes.
You can just set fire to the whole place.
I'm okay with that.
Dirt doesn't burn.
Tree roots and other things do.
Yes, we'll certainly do that on the way out, too, but it's best to be thorough in these instances.
So yeah, we'll just walk out, decimating everything in our path, and I will just sort of finish with fire.
And shooting down with Eldritch Blast.
I'll sacred flame things too.
Okay,
I'll
so
pretty much just be using my rapier as we go.
yep. Just basically as you walk, not really caring to be stealthy, you just start to hack, slash, blast, blow, flame, anything that you can see that is just any remnants of their nefarious work. Basically purging the hall as you make your way all the way out. You finally emerge from the tree. You can set the roots on fire if you'd like.
This is a dense forest, though, so if we're going to do that, it's best to be when we're ready to move.
I'll do that, and I'll just have prestidigitation ready to put out any scattered flames, that sort of thing.
Okay, well, I mean, you can start doing the roots underground if you'd like.
Yeah, that's fine too, but I have prestidigitation ready to put anything out that...
Yeah, so you start to use your produce flame as you ignite all the different roots and pieces of plant matter that seem... You just start to cough up so many of these charcoal hairballs.
That cannot be good for the throat.
Yeah, you wonder why I talk like this? This is why.
But you do eventually start to set the front room ablaze, kind of having it smolder, and you see the flames catching to the roots as you exit the tree. And do you want to set fire to anything out in the forest?
I mean, we'll knock down the effigies that are hanging from the tree itself.
All right, they're very high up, so you won't be able to knock them down. You could try to shoot them.
Eldritch Blast.
Blast destroy them.
All right. Over a time, it might take you some time to aim it and get it right, but you'll eventually, after a period of, I'd say,
I'll actually levitate Rook, so he just floats up and he can just swat him down.
Easy enough.
Okay. All right. With that, I'll say it's very quick then. Rook can get the things that you miss as he just goes up, goes down, walks, goes up, goes down, and walks as you...
Or he can actually move with the branches to move him along if he needs to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sure, if he wants to. But yeah, you make it very easy to have him assist on all the things you might miss when you try to break them. But yeah, you start to disassemble this web of string totems and fetishes that have been surrounding this dead, decay-ish looking tree. But you do seem to see that most of it has been erased, and at this time it has fallen to dark. The entire night has become pitch black for you in this woods. Not only is the starlight blocked, but just anything outside of your peripheral vision is really it's too murky, and you can't see past much more than maybe those with dark vision. You can see maybe 15 feet in the distance.
Light.
Oh, you cast light? Alright, yeah, so Barkesh makes a beacon of light, and you see him, boom, illuminate the area, pretty much blinding you to anything outside the light's vicinity.
Sorry.
But it is dark.
Alright, so are we gonna try and move, or are we just gonna stay put, guys?
Maybe we should go back to the village.
Having seen what they face out there coming from these woods at night, it's best we move.
Okay.
We can follow the path I hacked to the tree all the way back, right?
Do we see...
Oh yeah, you can follow that path.
Hooray!
Okay, well, let's just do that then. It's a direct cut.
Ooh, I have some shrooms for you, birdie boy.
Oh, do you?
Remember those mushrooms that we found before we entered? And I gathered them all up and put them in my bag of holding?
Yes, and I took one and added it to my flask of vinegar.
Yeah, I mean, you have a potion-making kit thing, right?
Yeah, I haven't quite figured out how to use it correctly, though.
Right. Well, I can still give you the mushrooms regardless, because, I mean, blech.
I'll take it.
Just, like, pull out all the mushrooms and just, like, bundle them into the crook's arms. It's like, there you go.
Alright.
All right, start walking.
Okay.
Mushrooms of healing.
So yes,
That's pretty cool.
you follow the broken path that you had already made to get your way into the forest. It's easy enough to retrace your steps as you have Varkesh leading the way with his beacon of a light mace, just kind
I
of.
start singing along the way.
What are you singing?
We smash, we crash, we go through the forest fast. We killed some witches today, and then we got fucked in the ass.
I thought you were going to be singing a specific song from another movie with a person
Nope.
leading the light.
Nope.
If anyone has ever seen The Goblin Princess, that's what that is. But anyways,
Nope.
it's the goblins don't like singing, so if he starts singing, he's kind of like emanating his voice that way. But he makes his way forward as he basically leads the procession of party members behind him. Eventually emerging from the forest, you spend about, again, 30 minutes making your way out, and you do see once more in front of you the tall palisades of Woodhall lining around the village with a defensive perimeter.
I'd imagine it's a little hard to mistake who we are coming in.
Especially when I'm shouting hello.
Hello.
We are not dead. We emerged somewhat triumphant and more confused than we did when we left.
Varkesh, I think people are trying to sleep.
Oh, is that why all the lights are off? I would have never have guessed.
All right. Did we get assigned this place to stay?
I don't think we
You
did.
did not get assigned any place to stay. You were just
So
you walked in.
We sleep on the boat.
we could sleep on the boat. We've slept on the boat for several days, so sure.
I mean, it's got the tent kind of set up as a tarpaulin over it so that we can sleep comfortably.
Let's go back to the boat.
All right.
Boat it is.
Yes, we do need to return to town, back to River Run, I believe it was, as soon as we can.
Okay.
Now back towards Elniel.
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
So you make your way back to your little steamboat, parked and anchored a little bit onto the shore as it's been kind of pushed up onto the sandbar. It seems to be all right. No damage,
be.
no tampering. It looks okay.
Better be.
But yeah, you can choose to spend a night in the boat if you'd like.
Wait, what kind of provisions do we have? Do we have great provisions or provisions?
You don't know?
Standard.
I still have many scones and cured meats.
I think we should have a lovely dinner, al fresco style, on a boat. Or al dente, whichever it is. I can never remember.
Al dente is pasta that is cooked in such a way to be a slight firmness.
Let's make some pasta out of some scones.
I don't think that's how that works.
Oh. Varkesh looks incredibly disappointed.
Yeah.
If only Varkesh had create food and water.
I can, but it's gruel. It's like,
Yeah, it's been
like nun food. Meh. It's like who would...
It's accurate.
Yeah. And gruel and water. It's like, no thanks, I'd rather have some bacon and a fried egg.
So we throw together what we have.
I mean,
Varkesh just makes a big old pot of grits.
you make a modest meal, enough for you to be satisfied for the evening with the provisions that you have on your persons, and easily enough you're able to satisfy your hungers for the night.
So how did it feel being a man, Valindra?
Not a fan. I don't like it at all. And yeah, it sucked.
Wasn't that bad. Surely.
No, it was pretty bad.
No, it wasn't.
I mean, to be fair, she didn't have the best sort of model of man body.
That's true.
Mean body.
Maybe if I was, like a super buff, fizzled kind of man.
And potentially blue, ravishingly large ones. And
no,
a tail.
No, I don't think I would want to be blue because then I'd be robbing you of your best blue titles.
You know what? You're incredibly right. And I thank you for your honesty.
Yeah. So, as long as you're the only blue one in the group, then you can keep best blue. But,
Blue Man Group.
oh, God.
Sorry.
Only it's just there's a comma, so it's blue man, comma, group.
Bye, Dad.
I would like to remain in my the rest of my life.
Once I've eaten food, I'm just gonna go and pass out.
I will keep a watch.
All right.
I can do second watch.
Okay, so splitting up your watches, you're able to keep the party safe as you take shifts to make sure nothing might approach you in the midnight hour. So, the first one, make a perception check for me.
Alright, let's do this.
As Varkish, I believe, just snoozes away.
Most loudly.
24.
Okay. It's calm, peaceful. Nothing seems to approach your steamboat. The water's still. It's a nice, quiet night. And your time is spent passed with nothing. And
Okay.
you go to wake up Valindra, and she is up next. As she assumes the position.
Wendy, help me.
Sure, you have Winnie assisting you, giving you the aid action.
Yay! 19.
19. Very peaceful, very quiet. The night is just absent of any kind of threat. You just feel more at ease, and sometimes you occasionally maybe drift your head off a little bit and just kind of you feel relaxed and you want to sleep more than anything, but yeah, it's quiet. Can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
Ah!
Now we can.
I'll wake up Smokey.
Okay. So, Smokey, the last of the watchmen, make a perception check. Very quiet for you. It doesn't seem like there's anything to really look at. You get more distracted maybe listening to a few birds as your ears perk up and you look at them, trying to find them. As the morning slowly comes, you kind of see the world wake up. You notice some of the farmers that have been part of Woodhall do come out of the actual perimeter of the fort, and they seem to go to the fields nearby as the light of dawn slowly begins to peak. But yeah, that's about it.
I do think we should talk to Major Maddock and let him know that we cleared those hags from his wood. Have him keep a watch on the out there, maybe see if things start to ease up a little bit as far as those night bears.
I'm just going to clarify. Varkish is going to wake up before everyone, and he's not there. But his armor and all of his gear is on the boat.
I assume I saw you leave, though, because I was on last watch.
Varkesh, were you trying to sneak away?
No.
Okay, so Varkesh went where?
I went in the water.
Okay.
Alright.
And I'm all you see is the snout on the top of my head and the tail.
Crocodile.
I'm totally blue crocodile. Enjoying myself.
Donkey Kong.
It's another version of you basically enjoying a wash. You probably haven't had one in a while, so it's a good thing to do.
Well, I don't think we've all not had a wash, technically.
Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, you've been on the boat for at least a week, so...
Probably a little rape.
Well, Smokey will prestidigitate people to...
Oh, if they're too smelly? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So yeah, Smokey will just be going through his book, practicing his spells, and determining what he's using for today.
Okay. But yeah, Varkesh, you enjoy your swim. It's very cold, but you're able to...
That's fine.
You're able to get yourself clean. As the party all comes to the new day, refreshed, your hit points are restored to full, you get half your hit dice back, and your spell slots are restored.
Yay.
Yes.
But as you all wake up and you kind of do your daily routines, go ahead and all make a perception check for me real quick.
Okay.
And
Perception.
then I'd like all of you to please make a d20.
Okay, shit.
Okay. Okay. Just checking on something real quick. Alright, so. Okay.
Yes, now I have 2 5th level spell slots.
Okay. All right. We are good. So, you notice as you all are watching, there is a procession coming out of the actual Woodhall Fort, and you can see that there is a line of people, and there is a coffin being supported on a few shoulders, making its way to what appears to be a makeshift cemetery of sorts.
We can't hear you, Kayla.
Guess we should go to the cemetery as well.
Why? She's no friend of ours.
Well, yeah, but I don't know.
I mean, if we're planning to talk to whoever's in charge, they're probably going to be at the surface, so it'd be a good place to find them, if nothing else.
I mean, I did spend some time here, so maybe I at least feel I owe it to whoever's been here.
These sorts of out-of-the-way places tend to be very insular. I don't think they'll appreciate some outsiders peeking in on such a solemn affair.
Oh, we spent about a month here.
We can keep our respectable distance, but just to. I'm kind of. I don't know. I kind of just want to check the cemetery out.
Yeah, I mean, you can hide somewhere in the back if you don't want to be seen, Rock.
Well, I don't much care if I'm seen or not. I'm just saying, I don't think they'll appreciate our presence.
I mean, we can keep our distance. We won't be part of the actual funeral process, but.
And then why go?
Because we need to tell the major what happened.
In the midst of a funeral is not the time to do that.
Well, we won't interrupt we'll wait until it's done.
I mean, I suppose I'll not stop you. But...
I'm gonna get dressed.
Okay.
But I'm gonna keep a good distance.
Alright, so you're going to basically observe at a distance.
Yeah, I don't want to be part of, the funeral
Right.
event, but just,
That's fine. Keeping yourself at a good distance to make sure you don't interrupt or impede upon them. Varkesh, you put your armor on. Is anyone else joining Valindra?
I am, but I'm gonna barge in really close to the actual funeral.
Oh. Okay.
I'll join in at a respectful distance.
Okay.
Yeah. Respect.
So, those being respectful, you're able to basically keep yourself at a good distance to observe things without necessarily interrupting what might be happening. But Varkesh, having very little of what you would call etiquette in this kind of situation, just barrels himself all the way through and makes his way straight to the actual circle of these people looking at the coffin as it is getting ready to be put into a grave. Varkesh, you, since you are right there, get to read and see and hear what's going on. You notice that the coffin is being put into a fresh grave, and you see that on the actual wooden cross that is being placed in there that has a name. It's basically a stake with a board that has a name on it, so it's not the actual religious cross, it's just more of
It's a marker.
a marker. You do see a very familiar name.
Ooh.
It is the friend and associate that you had previously in the town hall.
Oh, is it Maddox?
It's Matic.
Oh,
God damn it.
Varkish is going to be very sad.
You also notice, though, that since you're closer, you see that there is another fresh dug grave that has been basically made recently, and you see that that one does seem to be next to another smaller grave, and you see that one has Isabel written on it. So you do see that there are a few ones that have been made recently. This one looks to have been done this morning.
He's gonna say out loud to the village people, because all the village people at least know him, right?
Oh, they do, and they also know you as well. So when they see you, they don't stop you. They just kind of let you take in the scene and basically make your own conclusions. Anyone can read, in a sense, so they know that you know what's going on.
I'm gonna say out loud, you all know me. I arrived here some time ago. I made things for you, because you seem like you need the help. And this isn't right. So I make a solemn promise that not anytime soon, but in the future, I will come back, and I will bring back everyone who has died here of unnatural causes.
Make a performance check.
And everyone will be happy. And I'm going to attempt to do a performance check, which is not... Wait, is it? Nope, it's 1. So here we go.
Okay.
6.
You do see that as they look at you for a moment, they kind of have like a sensation that perhaps when you're talking, there's a bit more of a... just like a disbelief to your statement, that they kind of appreciate the fact that you... like, if this was a power that you had, that you would do it and care so much to do it for them. So they start to take it more as a kind-hearted word at the funeral. They don't really take you as serious.
That's fine. But I've made the promise, though.
They do. They appreciate your words and that you came to the funeral. So they do kind of nod and appreciate with like a tap on your arm or shoulder if they can reach it. Many of them just kind of giving a slight nod of thanks as you just all get to stand there, and some whisper and say their goodbyes, and a few begin to part away. You do see that a lot of them head towards the fields when they need to work. It's kind of a moment where they all want to pay their respects, but they know that life must go on, so it's kind of a give what you can and continue. They seem to be no strangers to death.
Which is sad. And then I will just...
I would like to kind of keep a watch, see who seems to be stepping up to more of a leadership role now that Matic is gone.
You look around, most of these people do not seem to have any kind of authority or attempt to do an authority. You can see that there is one individual that is religious in nature. You can see that they do have a holy symbol of some sort that they have wrapped around their neck, and they have gripped it occasionally and have muttered something.
Is he from my alma mater?
Make a perception check, because you're actually near... Well, you weren't looking, and Rook is kind of all the way. You wouldn't have necessarily been looking for it. Yeah. So, but yeah, you do see that there's a person, some kind of maybe cleric in nature, or someone who's just religiously inclined, who has made a prayer or some kind of ceremony for the situation, and then once he was done, he left. But that was the only one that seemed to have any kind of authority or control over the situation. The rest do seem to be common folk.
And come on.
Does anyone still seem sick?
Make a perception check. Actually, make a medicine check. Hard to tell. Some might just look tired, some might be puffy-eyed from crying and mourning, but no one is noticeably limping or holding themselves in pain.
Were people doing that when we had come into town yesterday?
No one was doing it specifically in a manner that was noticeable.
Do you think that the town is okay after this? Do you think those other 2 hags still being around will endanger the people?
I think we've messed with those witches to the point where whatever they were planning is now definitely hindered, and I think it would be foolish for them to come back. But if we inform the town to be vigilant, I should say, that if they might return, that they can go and deal with the witches in mass, and therefore the witches should stay away.
I don't think I would send the people of this town to deal with the witches.
Oh, they're very capable.
I mean,
The witches could turn into 2 giant crocodiles. Like giant crocodiles.
I know.
More to the point, we've annihilated their base of operations and killed one of their number.
Exactly.
There's no real way for us to tell what that'll do, but I don't think they'll be coming back soon. If they do come back, it'll be with a vengeance. So still going to keep an eye out. Certainly will not hurt, but
I have faith in these people. I did arm them after all, and they are very capable fighters. This is a frontier village after all, so they have to be very good.
they have managed to hold out quite well, it seems. Although not without losses.
Didn't hear a word of that.
Did you actually not hear that?
No, I didn't actually, no.
Okay. I said they have held up quite well, though not without losses.
True. Teach a man to swing a sword for a day, and he will live for a day. Teach a man to forge that sword, and he'll be killing buggers for the rest of his life. That's what I did.
I really don't think that's how that works.
Oh,
Those are 2 different skill sets.
No, you can still swing.
Forging and using weaponry are very different things.
Can you kill something if you swing a sword and hit it? The answer is yes.
question is,
to a
can you
point.
swing a sword and hit it?
Now, if you have lots of swords, all hitting the same thing, the thing's pretty fucked.
I'm just worried that if we leave this village, the next time we'll come back, everyone's going to be dead.
Well, the only other leads we have are things that could be causing problems are those kobolds that Kindrel went after anyway. We have no way to track the hags, they're long gone, and we have more pressing matters elsewhere. I understand the desire to make sure that this town is safe, but what can we really do for them?
We could find the kobolds and ask if they know where to find the hags.
I mean, that horrible individual who should not be named because I've forgotten how to say his name.
Kindrel.
That douchebag, yes. He seems to be already kind of dealing with the kobolds anyway.
We could try to find their lair and see what it leaves behind, but he doesn't strike me as someone who leaves much behind.
He takes all the heads, so I'm going to be pretty useless in there. Even if he cleared them out, I won't be able to get any kind of information.
I think we should...
He did ignore what he couldn't read, and if he can't read it, you can. So there would be that.
That's true.
I think we should press on. I do truly trust the people of this village, that they will be able to maintain themselves as they have done before.
Rook, do you feel the same way?
I think
Rook?
does.
To a point of order, I think we just need to do something. I don't think we can do anything here, so it's best we move. Remember, we do have a timetable to get back to this boat, for one.
That is true.
Although that is more of a casual agreement, it would be good to get in good with someone who has created something of this, or designed something of this measure. That creation comes from our cash, but designed something of this level of technology.
And he does seem a bit manic, so I think leaving him to wait could result in some bad juju with him.
Okay. So what do you wish to do?
I think we just should inform people, tell them where the tree base where it was. We burned it down. We dealt with the witches. If we inform them about everything that's gone on, they will be aware and be more, ready for if anything happened.
Yes, knowing what you've got coming can be a huge help.
Yeah.
I mean, just look what we were able to do with the vampire.
I would like to, obviously tell the people in town to look for effigies hidden in their homes, especially the people that are sick, and see if somebody that I know who was sick, ask them if they're feeling any better, or they're probably not. They probably need to destroy the effigy, but
Yeah, at the moment you never saw anyone else besides Major Matic, but yeah, Varkesh, you go inside. You definitely retell the tale to the guards that seem to be posted around the gates, that have been the ones that initially saw you come up the steam boat on the river. So they are able to get the information, and they do say that they will report it to the next person, whoever becomes voted to be in charge of the town. Right now, they have to hold an emergency vote meeting, and they don't know who's going to be the next person to kind of take a lead. So it's kind of up in the air at this point. But they do say they will pass on the message and warning and the information as to where to find this den and what might come. And they do seem very appreciative of it. Melinda, during that time, you look, no one in the town no one's really walking much in the town. Those people who are typically around the fields right now, and they're doing farming work.
Okay.
They seem to be focusing on that right there.
I guess I just tell whoever Varkesh talks to, then I guess the guards, tell them to spread the word about the effigies, and people, especially if they're sick, need to look through all of their possessions, and tell them that we even found an effigy inside of a stuffed bunny, so like really
look thoroughly,
and once they find them, just break them.
Yep. Yeah, you definitely share that warning as well, as you both basically give as much information as you can to hope that they might be the means to eradicating this influence on the town. But feeling confident that you're able to warn them and prepare them for the worst, you feel certain that Woodhall should be able to take care of itself. It's stood here for a while, and with the assurance of Varkesh, who has not only provided them with many means of weaponry and armaments to keep themselves from falling to the forces that linger in the woods, but they also seem pretty capable folk, sturdy and hard-made.
Alright, let's head out.
Oh, who wants to drive the boat?
I think you're kind of the best at it, Rook.
He ran
No.
Yes, I can do that.
Varkesh.
No, you said I'm the best at it, so I must do it.
I'm gonna help keep a lookout in front of the boat, like make sure we don't run aground.
Okay.
again.
So, you can do a perception check, Valindra, and Rook, you can do your wisdom check for the handling of it. Smokey, are you going to bend over the boiler to try and help it go faster?
I mean, I think we're going upriver now, aren't we?
You're going downriver.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
Still, though, best time that we can make.
Yeah, I'll try and help it along. If
Sure.
we need it, yeah.
All right. And Varkesh, are you just kind of helping, getting water from the river, putting it into the boiler to make sure it can keep its...
Me doing minor tasks, mostly being a lazy lizard.
All right. So all of you on board, Varkesh kind of doing a heave off as the actual steamboat once more returns to the river. He hops in, and it begins to float down the center as you get the boiler active, slowly get the water to heat up as it drifts casually down the river before eventually the engine kicks in and you start to get the paddles to move as you make your way with a little bit more speed down the river. Where are you going?
I think we're just going back to,
Making back to the area outside Alniel where we had made the boat in the first place.
You're going to
Yeah.
want to go all the way back to Olniel.
out of the way, but we have to keep our word, yeah.
Okay. So
I
you're-
say we go to the next one further south, and then when we're done with that, then we head back to Alniel.
We'll
Well,
definitely be
a
late.
very strict timeline that will definitely take us significantly out of the path and significantly out of time.
Unless someone wants to send a message to the man.
We have several days of river travel.
That's true. I will cast sending then.
Okay.
Bing. That's how I cast sending. I bing.
Okay, you bing, and then you have a 25-word bing to send.
Hello, little angry midget Nomi person.
Okay, that's 7.
We will be a little late. We have not absconded with boat. Love, Varkesh. Stormcaller.
Me too.
You have 2 words left.
Best blue.
Okay. So as you say that, you eventually hear a... What was that?
This is your much taller, handsome reptilian conscience speaking.
If you can hear me, I We'll wait for your arrival when you can bring it. Just try not to be as late. You know, I have a great many things to get ready for all the different... And you see him just cut
Thank
off
God
at
for
that
a
point.
word limit.
Well, what did he say, Varkash?
He was very pleased that we're alive and that he's looking forward to see us again. Oh, he mentioned cake. He says he's going to be making lots of cake.
That was almost as unbelievable as you saying that the kobolds should not have made an appetit for you.
Well, they did. But they said they had to make it better.
So you do send your message towards him, and anything else, if you wish to do it over the course, you can. But you do travel on the river, but you can go anywhere you want if you'd like.
I would. I mean, Smokey wouldn't say no to Varkesh doing another Arcana check for giving me like a sending spell.
Oh, would you like me to help you being a wizard? The cleric helping the wizard be more wizardy.
Please.
I mean, wouldn't say no.
I mean, sure, I'll give you a hand. I'm just going to quickly checking my bags of holding right about now.
Okay, so who has the parchment cost?
Well, it won't be. It'll just be like the how-to. It won't actually be the fine.
That's fine.
Stuff.
You still have to do parchment and ink for him to write it down.
Okay, I have 15 gold worth of parchment and ink.
All right, so we're going to begin the process of elimination and see how much it takes. So, Varkesh, you may make a Arcana check.
Okay. Ha! 17!
Hey.
First try, no problem for you. You're able to easily copy the basic understanding of how the spell works, and you're able to give it to Smokey, who now has a basic guide to understanding the magical nature of the sending spell.
Excellent.
How to sending.
How to sending.
How to sending.
Would you like Scry? Is he capable of learning Scry? I swear to God, wizards are.
Pretty sure I am.
You can try.
No, I would know, but let's see.
I would love to attempt it because I have to teach the wizard to be more wizardy. This is just going to be Varkesh's big build.
I can learn scrying, yes, I can.
Oh, then I will attempt to do so.
This is going to be basically continuing on. I mean, you take the first 3 hours to do the sending spell. This will take you another 5 hours to do this one.
There's no end to my talents.
How much gold per try, would you say, AJ? Like 3?
It was, I think it was a gold and a half.
Gold and a half.
Okay. Let's give it a try, Varkesh.
Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1. 22!
We're on a roll.
Getting a hang of it, you actually find this is not something that you find challenging. In fact, you become really adept at making sure that this spell is not only easily understood, but is something so simple that even a Tabaxi Ganassi wizard could understand.
My teacher said I had no writing skills.
And
It's wrong.
And you pass it along to give Smokey his little tutorial, his little 101 on scrying. You do understand that the spell does require a material component of at least 1,000 gold in value, of either some kind of crystal ball, silvered mirror, or a pitcher of clear water in a holy basin.
Ooh, which one would you like? I mean, I love making things, and I'm really fucking good at doing it. Crystal ball, smoky quartz. It'll be awesome.
I feel like a mirror would be the least heavy. And also,
I mean, I've got a mirror, and that's just cheating, and you're a copycat. At that point, I'm going to say it. You're going to be a copycat, and I'm not happy. So I'm going to.
He is literally a cat that copies spells. Of course, he's a copycat.
So I'm going to make you a crystal ball.
okay.
You're welcome.
Well, let's get the ball rolling on this, I guess.
I throw the bird overboard. Sorry. Of course, I don't.
Yeah. So eventually, when you have the necessary means to make this ball, you probably will do so. But in the meantime, you guys are just traveling peacefully down the river. You do know it will take some time to get to whatever your next destination will be. Do you know where you're going?
I've sent in.
Marked them off before, but they're gone on my map.
Yes. Do you need me to remark them for you?
I mean, deep wood, green wood, and I think gray wood.
You had them currently.
They were by the two major cities.
Yeah, you had one in this area.
Yeah.
One here. The one there. The one here. And the one in here.
And we're pretty sure that was the first one was the one that we found.
Found the scroll and map, yes.
Great.
We believe that that's the one that we just cleared.
That is the one you just cleared.
One.
Sure hope so. As we fly away from it on the water.
Right.
That just leaves the two near Trilock and the one near Bylock.
I say we go near the one near Bylock.
I agree.
Okay, so you're going to make your way towards Bylock.
I think that's reasonable, but we really must return to Alniel after that. We cannot delay any longer.
I agree.
Alright, so you make your way down the river with a destination in mind. As you know, it'll take a good few days, maybe even a week or so, just to get back towards that location. But you travel as fast as you can, and with as much speed as you can get with your steamboat. You can try to burn it and go make it go a little faster if you want to make the time reduced, but you might need to get more wood over the period, and you might need to do other things to make it function if you stress the engines a bit, but it's down to you.
Ooh. I'm going to go very Dragonborn here, and actually, now and then when I take my armor off, when I feel like I don't need it, I'm going to look it over in its marvelous adamantine structure and go, this is far not dragon enough. I'm really going to have to glam this stuff up. So I'm going to be
Rakesh,
really glamorous armor.
the front of the boat is literally shaped after a dragon's head. What do you mean it's not dragon enough?
I mean, my armor. I mean, I'm thinking about maybe making big dragon heads as my pauldrons, a big helmet, and oh, it's glorious. Platinum trim. It's going to be fabulous. It's going to be epic. But I will have to wait, I'm afraid, because I need more materials. I need to stand out more. I feel I'm being a bit reserved, a bit shy lately.
Varkash, you do not need to stand out more.
And we were talking about the engine. Do you have any thoughts about that?
Well, it works. What else do you want? What kind of thoughts are you thinking?
Well, should we try to push it? I mean, we're obviously going slower since we're going against the current now.
Well,
you're going with the current currently.
I'm no gnome tinkerer, whatever that guy was, but I think if you feed it more, it may go fast. I have no idea. Your guess is as good as mine.
Well, do we want to try and push it harder than we have is my question, or should we just still go at a steady rate?
I think, yeah, sure, let's push it. More wood? We need more wood for that.
I'm afraid if we push it, it'll break, and then we'll just delay. Yeah, we're just gonna delay everything.
I mean, I can repair it. I really got the...
That's true.
The gnome fellow may appreciate the data, too, see what his engine's can handle.
True.
Alright. Let's try and push plus 25%.
Okay.
Does it have a gauge indicating 25%?
It has an additional lever that allows you to access another set of gears that will allow it to spin faster. But you do know by doing so, it'll make the engine work harder, and it will also burn more fuel. So, at the moment, you just do it again. This is what you use to get away from the toad. You put it into high gear, and you get it to go as it makes its way down the river as fast as it can.
The rape toad. No.
But you do pick up speed, and you do know that you will probably have to refuel sooner than usual, but you start to go faster. And trying to keep this pace, you can make this your average use. Now, at the end of each day, I need someone to roll a percentile die.
Varkash can do it, it's his boat.
Thanks for the volunteering me there, Kayla. I love it.
Okay, so you roll a 1d100.
You roll the 1d100. There we go. 61.
Alright, the engines are fine. They don't seem to have any issue at the moment. You're able to keep up its pace without sacrificing any kind of wear and tear for the actual gears and the pistons.
Excellent.
You do have to stop at the end of the day to basically get more wood, but it's a very simple task, and at the moment, currently, where you're at, there's nothing to really cause any issue for you to go and resupply your ship. But you do cut away. If you keep this pace up, you can cut at least 3 days off your journey.
Ooh. If everyone's alright with pushing the engine, I suppose.
Alright? So every day you break off and you quickly go ahead and, gather the woods before it gets too dark, and you continue to steer the ship as with the first one, making it sail down the downstream as fast as it can. You reach the familiar fork as you once more swing hard and do a U-turn and go upriver this time. Now you're going against the current, but with the extra speed, you're trying to make a better time. Now, who's going to be steering the boat and perceiving at night and so on and so forth?
I think that's Rook.
Yeah, I believe it was me steering primarily.
Okay.
I would like to also note real quick here that I am keeping notes on how well the engine performs along the way, too.
Make an insight check.
It's real fucking low. 13.
It's okay. It's doing its job. It doesn't look like it's going to explode. Looks good.
Cool.
I mean, it's the Steamboat Winnie. It's running at optimum performance all the time.
Yeah, it is. Steamboat Winnie. Woo-hoo.
So yeah,
Paper
you continue to have the engine go without any trouble. Those of you who are going to basically keep... I'm guessing you're going to have the boat continue to go during the night.
I mean, yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, so whoever's on watch duty will be steering the ship as well, which is fine. So, first off, Rook, you're starting the evening.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, go ahead and make your perception and your wisdom check, and then Valindra, you'll be right after. Okay. And Smokey.
Thank God.
Okay. Valindra gets a little woozy at night and has to kind of correct herself, but the steering's fine. This is the widest part of the river. Oh.
Roll 20, man.
Alright.
It's not light in the night.
You find that as Smokey is pushing the engines and trying his best not to fall asleep, he does occasionally get a little too close to one of the shores, and you do hear some of the snapping of branches as the tree branches hit the top rim of the canvas, and you kind of all wake up a little bit as he just goes, "Sorry!" and turns it back to the center.
Bloody cat drivers.
Lucky for you, it wasn't damaged. It was just enough to kind of make the ride go. But it does wake everyone up, and Varkesh does have to go out in the morning every day. Between the hours you do it in morning and night, you have to refuel. Varkesh goes out, does his necessary thing, grabs the necessary fuel, and continues on the journey north. Now, as you are pressing on, the routine is going to be pretty much the same, so we won't have to worry necessarily about it doing too much, but I want, just for the most part, everyone to make for me 3 D20 rolls.
3 D20 rolls?
3 D20 rolls.
6, 15, 2.
Okay.
18, 5.
And then I need Varkesh to make 3 percentile dice rolls.
Oh, so do I need to do the 3D20 or the free...
Both. You have to do both.
Well,
Oh, okay, sorry. They were perception, did you say?
No,
No,
percentile dice.
Percentile.
Well, I've done the percentile, so you need me to do another 3.
3 D100s.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Shit.
for how your engine's performing.
Oh my
Okay,
God,
so on the second
Ugh.
day, as this is happening, the steam engine hits a bit of what appears to be a block in its speed, and it just kind of stops. The
God
paddle
damn
boat
it.
no
Okay.
longer going, and you suddenly feel it drift backwards.
Oh dear. What do we even do in a situation like this? I do not.
I will open my bag of holding, take out a couple of bars of steel ingots I've got, and I will place them around the busted engine, and I will fabricate the repair.
Make an intelligence check. You do get advantage because you rolled a nat 20 understanding the basic blueprints of this machine.
Okay, with advantage. Come on. 17.
It takes you some time, and you lose a bit of ground as the boat is slowly following the current. backwards the way you want to go. But you do eventually look to see what the problem was. You notice that one of the pistons had nicked itself and gone off and is no longer lined up, so you had to put it back in, re-secure it. It seemed to have snapped on one of the actual holds to keep it, so you could do a mending spell even if you wanted to repair it. So it doesn't take you much effort, but you are able to fix it. But you now notice that as this is going on, it's starting to take some wear and tear. So roll that D100 for me one more time.
Oh no.
Because your third day would have been with disadvantage.
Blown up.
Yeah, what are the odds? 10%? 9%? 25%?
69.
All right. It's
Lovely.
fine. 46 was your lowest, and you were fine. So you're able to keep the boat from basically destroying itself. And you reach the corner point where the rivers fork, and you know where River Run is. At this time, instead of taking the fork that would lead towards Alniel, you hang to the right instead, as you continue to go past the familiar River Run town. Did you wish to stop at River Run for any time?
Did anyone want to?
Kind of a time crunch.
I mean, I would like to... I really want to say hi to Sippy and make sure she's okay.
You can have sendings sent out, you know.
I mean, we can probably pick up some more health potions too. We have just literally run a gauntlet back there, and we're going down to another gauntlet, which could be potentially more dangerous.
Do we have the money to do that?
I mean, we should
Well, we can get it through the Traders Guild, couldn't we?
If we have much credit with them, yes.
Yeah, I think we do still have quite a bit of credit.
Yeah.
And I need to be stocking health potions again.
I mean, technically, Valindra and Rook don't know.
Yeah.
What type of credit we have, or how much credit we have?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Lulu hasn't been super forthcoming.
You spent some recently to help stock up Smokey's supplies, so...
So, is everyone okay? We're going to River Run?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can stop there.
Okay.
Does one of us need to stay with the boat?
I mean,
I think at best at least one of us does, yeah. Preferably somebody who could, I don't know, warn us if something bad was happening. Stares pointedly at Varkesh.
I mean, I'd like to go shopping too. I'm not a keep-in reptile. I need to go for walks.
Just take Winnie. If something happens, I'll talk to you through Winnie.
Well, part of the reason we're stopping here is because you want to talk to Sippy. Just go.
Yeah, I'll take Winnie and I'll stay with the boat. Will that work?
Kind of. I can check in occasionally.
Okay, if there's a big explosion in the sky over this area, come running.
Okay, that sounds good.
Creative warning system. Might incite panic, but I like it.
Alright.
It's effective, damn it.
So, who's staying on the boat and who's heading into town?
Smokey and Minnie.
Alright. So, the remainder of you head off as he parks the boat just onto the sandbank a little bit, keeping an eye on it, as the rest of you head towards the heart of River Run to go to the Trader's Hall to collect any supplies you might need, and to visit a certain someone in the Golden Lily.
Yes! Sippy!
So, just quickly, how much money do we have for funds in terms of stocked away?
You'd
I'll
have
have to
to
make an
ask.
inquiry at the hall.
You can make a history check, or you can ask.
I will ask.
Okay.
Excuse me, my fine person who holds money that doesn't belong to him. How much do we have?
Alright. Walking into the Trader's Hall, you once more basically head towards one of the desks where a typical clerk is stationed.
To give some useful context, we are with Lulu.
Yeah, that's what I'm keeping an eye out for, in case she spontaneously materializes in sulfur.
As you all approach, he does look at you and eventually get some registration in order for you to be able to verify who you are. He does nod and go, "Ah, yes, I see that you have, let's see here, you have 300 gold left in your credit."
What did Smokey need?
I don't need anything. I mean, I could use more spell paper, but I don't need it.
What can I get you?
Oh yes, I need a fine cloak. Doesn't need to be magical, just something to keep out the elements a bit.
What color?
I find myself missing my old cloak. Let's stick with green.
Green it is. I shall get that for you. That will come to...
Dark green, specifically.
Dark green. Yes, that should come to 1 gold piece.
A hand over a gold piece.
Oh, not the credit. Very well, thank you.
No need to use credit on something like that.
As you wish. And for you?
I'm going to open up my man purse, and I'm going to take out 500 gold pieces. And I'll be like, I would like to buy health potions.
How many do you want? Of what kind?
Of the basic variety, but as much as 500 gold can get me.
The lowest form?
Yes.
The lowest form. I can get you... Well, I can try to procure at least 10. That will be how much you could get with 500.
Could I potentially get more? I just like lean my elbow onto the thing, and I'm kind of giving the big sharp, toothy white grit. Like, because it's me, after all. I mean, is there a chance that we could probably get a few more fly our way because I'm Varkesh?
I'm sorry, sir. We do not bargain here at the Traders' Hall. All deals are final, and all prices are set.
I just like twirl my finger on the desk and be like, are you sure?
Yes, sir. It's in your contract.
Fine. 10 it is.
I will try to see if we can procure them. If we cannot get 10, I shall give you change. And he just quickly pulls the 500 gold in as he just stuffs it away.
I thought that would have worked.
Well, they have a monopoly on the market. They have no need for bargaining of any sort.
I mean, they'll still try.
As the man leaves, you eventually see him come back after 10 minutes or so, and he does provide one neatly tucked and packed dark green cloak, puts it on there, as he then brings out 5 healing potions, and he goes, I'm afraid I don't have any more of the lessers. I have some of the greaters. Would you prefer those?
How much are greaters again?
Oh, those are 150 each.
Really? I thought health
For the regular... No, yes, 150.
150.
150.
Okay, then top up the rest.
Well, if you can give me 50 more gold, I can get you 2.
Take it out of the account.
Very good, sir. And you see him just quickly make a quick notch in the book, and he goes off and he grabs 2 more larger health potions and puts them down on the counter for you, as he now has taken off the 50 gold from the credit, and you have spent your full 500 gold from your person.
Yep.
You have 5 minor and 2 greater. Or just 5 healing and 2 greater.
5 and 2 greater. And the greater is what?
44 plus 4.
44.
44 plus 8?
No, it's 4.
It's 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Regular healing potions are just 2d4 plus 2.
Yep.
Greater are 44 plus 4. Superior are like
Oh,
84 plus 8.
NDDs.
Okay, 4d4 plus 4. Thank you very much. Oh, and I have to mark this off. I gave all 8 red mushrooms to Rook, so I can mark that out of my bag.
Okay. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No.
Very good, sir.
Oh, well, one moment. Yeah, so if you could get me a bundle of 20 crossbow bolts, that would be useful too.
I can make you them.
Scratch that. You can make me some. I'm good.
All right.
Ooh, cool.
Bye.
Have a wonderful day.
Damn.
You both exit the Trader's Hall with your goods in tow and your pockets slightly lighter. Valindra, you head towards the Golden Lily. It's a pretty much you both walk to the main court of River Run. As they split to the left to the Trader's Hall, you go to the right to the Golden Lily. You seem to see that the interior is just as you remember. Very nice, clean, refined. You don't see Sippy behind the counter. You see a younger male individual, blonde hair, seeming to look around a little bored, but then when you come in, they kind of straighten themselves up. Welcome to the
Yes.
Golden Lily. How may I serve you?
Oh, thank you so much. I'm actually looking for Sippy.
Oh, she is currently out with her parents, I believe, on the town.
Son of a bitch.
Get me some napkins.
Well, well, I guess if you could just tell her that Valindra stopped by, wanted to say hello.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. Just haven't seen her in a while. Wanted to check in, make sure everything was okay, make sure her parents arrived.
Oh, she's very happy, miss. But yeah, I can relay it to her.
Yeah, just tell her I said hey. And hopefully we'll see her soon.
All right.
Hope
And he
all is
pulls out a
well.
little paper and goes, Valindra says hey.
Perfect.
Nice.
I'm sure she'll get the joke.
Yep, I'm sure she will. Inside joke. Okay. Okay, bye.
Goodbye, miss.
You have eyes.
We'll leave. You have eyes. I will leave.
All right, you head out of the Golden Lily, and you don't wait too much longer before eventually Varkesh and Rook both exit the Trader's Hall, seeming to be done with their business.
Did you say I had 3 great healing potions, or it's 2?
Two.
2, okay, I had 3. Oh, no, wait, that's because I had one last time, I didn't use it.
Oh,
3.
back to the boat, I guess. Do we need anything else? I'm gonna check in with Smokey. Smokey, do you need anything from in town?
No, I'm good. I'm scratching. Wait.
Oh, Whitty's little ears are twitching. He's so happy.
Something that may be worth looking into is perhaps they have something that may burn longer than regular wood. Make our time a little easier on the boat.
I mean, I think we're making good time now.
I'm just saying it's an option.
Might be something to mention to Professor Benzie. He might have some ideas of some good alternative fuel sources that he could recommend to us, maybe supply us with, that we can test on the waters.
Indeed.
Okay, so I'm gonna open my bag of holding, and we're gonna take one grater out, give it to Smokey, take the other grater out, give it to Valindra, and the other one to Rook.
Hey!
We'll have one greater healing potion.
Thanks, Varkesh.
You're most welcome. And I will give you all one minor health potion as well.
Oh, and dilly dillies. Good, yeah. Thanks for the follow. And yes, you are able to distribute out the health potions to your allies in hopes that if anyone does fall, they should have a means to either save a friend or save themselves.
I'll keep at least 2 minor health potions for myself. So
All right, keeping thrifty and smart. You all gather yourselves back up onto the steamboat as you make your way upriver again, this way, going towards Bylock. Now, as this is going on, you continue to spend your time. It's an easy fair travel, because now you've gotten away from the wilderness. You're now in a very broad, open, nice, casual, few trees here and there kind of vista. It's a pleasant trip, and a lot of the times it's more like a vacation to you, just to kind of let the boat do all the work. You occasionally obviously have to go off to refuel it, but it's not a problem. You spend at least one day doing that, enjoying the typical routine. Searing, watching, making sure nothing will come your way. During the next day, I need all of you to please roll another d20 for me.
No! Okay.
God, what is this for? I'm stressing
I think
out.
he's waiting for a 1.
Nope.
I suspect it's an encounter table.
Oh, that's
If we hit upon it, it'll happen.
Okay. Alright, so, the day goes by normally. It doesn't seem to be too much of a problem. Smokey, of course, you take the last watch in the morning and, you transfer to Rook and everything, and you make your way up. Do you guys typically just do a basic routine? Are you copying any spells during this time? Doing any work on anything?
Rook wanted more crossbow bolts, right?
Yes, I'm down to only 20 left, the regular variety.
Okay, so I've got plenty of steel to make you a bundle. I mean, I can use my channel divinity and make you 100 gold's worth of crossbow bolts, probably a bit more. The only thing I need is feathers.
You are not taking them from me.
Shit. Has anyone got a pillow they're not using?
sure we can find a bird here and there along the way that we can take feathers from.
It's not really an urgent matter either way.
Okay.
I mean, how much am I allowed to know what their spell lists are and what I want?
Anything that they have cast before, if you've seen it, you can always inquire and ask how they do it, and they can try to describe the nature of the spell, and you can try to see if you can replicate those effects. Some of them you might not be able to do, but you only will know after they write it down successfully.
I will ask Valindra about silence.
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 Lindsay.
Silence is one of my favorite spells.
Don't lie track.
It's especially useful in Varkesh.
Oh, yes.
Doesn't work.
That's the end of the statement, just when Varkesh.
Otherwise, you're not giving him any ideas. Shut up.
So what do I do, an Arcana check?
Yes.
Well, yes, you make your Arcana check to try and copy this.
Sure, I can do this.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. You are able to explain the basics of the spell to him, and as you do, you understand it, Smokey, but at the same time, it's a little weird, and you notice that it's not actually arcane-based. This particular kind of magic is something that is more akin to either a divine influence that you can't adapt to an arcane weave. It's not suitable for wizards.
Oh, really? Huh.
That all my spells?
Nope, just silence.
Why?
I'm sure that's a wizard spell.
Nope.
Oh, it is.
Nope.
Oh shit.
It
Maybe
is a
it's not.
bard, cleric, or ranger spell.
What do you know?
Really?
Yeah, I think she maybe gets it from her patron with the Undying as a gifted spell, maybe?
I think
Yeah, I
so.
did some googling. It's not a wizard spell. What do you know?
I
My
mean,
bad.
if there's any other sort of spell I can teach you.
Nah, it's alright. I feel kind of... I mean, I know we have a lot of free time, but I feel kind of weird bumming spells off of all of you.
I mean, anything to help you out. I mean, I can only cast these spells, like, twice. Or I'm tapped out for a while, so
Yeah,
any way I can help.
And I promise once I have the money to like make scrolls and stuff, I'll make more for you because, as you said, you have less bang for your buck.
Yeah. Yeah. For now.
Yep. So, you're basically kind of trying to confer with each other. Rook, your passive perception is a 20, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, God.
For the most part, you notice one thing that is slightly different. Not by much, but just a little bit. You do pass by people that are around the river occasionally. Sometimes people getting water, some that seem to just be lounging and relaxing. There's a sense of casualness when most people come to kind of enjoy or at least use the river for what it has, water or other things. One individual in particular, though, when casually watching and looking, they seem to be more surprised at your arrival, and they have an attempt to try and look casual as they leave, and they seem to go towards a mount, and then they race off away from you.
Somebody is leaving to warn somebody else of our arrival. We have to do with the boat.
That's a bit of an assumption to make.
Well, he certainly seemed very interested in our presence, and he ran for a horse, and the horse left at high speed.
I
I
mean,
think it's reasonable.
I'm gonna put myself out there, but we are on a steamboat, and there is a 8-foot tall blue.
That's precisely what I meant. We're drawing eyes that we may not want to have on us, such as, say, bandits coming to steal the ship, or if somebody knows of us, I'm sure we're starting to make a name around. There could be some warnings being put out.
I mean,
Oh,
We're working directly against an organization.
I doubt this guy is Paul Revere.
did
I mean,
you notice?
I got that wrong.
I mean, did you recognize the person or any sort of symbol they were wearing?
Did I?
Let's just make an insight check.
Okay.
Okay.
18.
The individual was moderately armed, more so than a common folk. They didn't seem to be... They looked more official, kind of like a city guard, if anything.
He was more armed than most, perhaps some sort of guard or mercenary, but they didn't see any particular coat of arms.
Where are we on the river? Are we like close
Oh, you're
to
past River
Riverbound?
Run. You've kind of made your way. You've spent a day, a little bit, like the evening was near the end of River Run, so you're kind of, on the map, you'd be kind of close to where the F is.
Okay. So no major cities or civilizations, though. I mean, Rook,
We are approaching waters that I'm sure are watched. Bylock is a town right there.
what would you have us do?
Just be wary. It's entirely possible this is a benign watcher, but it's also possible, as I said, there's some sort of banditry involved. It never hurts to be on the lookout.
All
Is Bylock the closest town to us?
River
or
Run is
do I-
technically the closest still.
Okay.
I just realized something. We could be fishing.
right. I mean,
That is a thing that we could be doing, yes.
I don't really care for fishing, actually.
I mean, it's really relaxing. You just
we also have this really loud engine that's probably scaring away a lot of the fish.
Probably.
tell all the things that has attacked us on the river this far. Shit. I mean, okay, maybe not fishing, but maybe Rook could attach the mithril string to one of his bolts, and you can do basically bow fishing. That could work. We can have some fish.
I mean, if you want to try it, then I don't have anything against it.
Fish.
Varkash, you going to steer the ship then, if Rook does that?
Actually, I'm going to bequeath the steering of the ship to our powerful wizard Smokey.
Okay.
Time you learn how to drive, young man.
All right, so Smokey, you're not going to assist in making the boat go faster.
I guess not for a bit.
Okay. So Varkesh, you work with Rook to go fishing.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
you
just
can...
imagining Rook using his tail as a fishing pole. Not Rook.
I was going to say, I mean, we're having a very interesting
Just like,
slip of
my tail
characters.
around and just like
I'm looking right at Scott, but I keep saying
All right. So yeah, you both go to the edge of the river, trying your best to make a fish. Just looking around. Varkesh, you can make a perception check to see if you can spot anything for him to shoot.
I will be his spotter.
Yeah. As you steer the ship and keep it on course.
Oh yeah, 9. I see it. No, that's a rock.
And
That's Rock.
It's hard to spot anything.
That's a big ass carp. No, that's a corpse. Oh. Anyway, keep trying.
Yeah, so you go ahead. And
Seems to be an exercise in futility, but I suppose I'll look.
you can make another perception check, Varkesh, as you spend time trying to find a fish.
I will catch a fish. I swear to God.
You wonder
11.
where
Smelly
that
one.
fish did go. The fish, a fishy.
such lazy rhymes.
Yes. But yes, you spend more time doing this. Most of you are just kind of doing your casual watching and waiting for them to do it. At this time, Rook, you would notice this, but no one else would. As you're looking down and watching Varkesh is trying to point out at things, you catch a slight movement to the right of your eye, and you turn and look, and you see an individual standing up, and they stop and do something. For the rest of the party, nothing seems to happen. Smokey, as you're steering the ship with everyone else in front of you, you look around you and suddenly, appearing in different little parts of the air, you see at least 10 different creatures materialize out of nowhere around you, some of them dripping with this liquid magma, this horrible heat that emanates from them, and you see some that are bitter cold, their freezing features looking like they've been carved out of jagged ice. And then as they stand there, I need to roll this 1 second, they surround you completely. Let's go
Just
ahead.
me?
Yeah, just you at the moment.
Ah, you bastard.
Alright, so there are 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 1
Those
more.
are
Alright, 11.
100.
So, as you see that another flame, materially magma kind of creature that is flying and hovering around you appears, they all surround you, and as they do, you see them looking at you, and they all kind of grin, opening their mouths. You see fire begin to grow and ice slowly coalescing, and they shoot out a massive ball of fire and ice directly towards your party member. You all see this as this is a surprise round that happens. So, at this time, you suddenly see Smokey become assailed with all these different forces of elemental, like, fury focused directly on him. Now, for this, we are going to go ahead and do the roll for damage.
I mean, I guess it's good it doesn't hit the ship.
I mean, can I counterspell once I...
There is no spell.
Well,
Okay.
to summon them there was, but yeah.
Yeah, you didn't see the spell come off it
Yeah.
initially.
I didn't think so.
Alright, so I need first Smokey to please make a...
Oh,
How many dexes do you need?
Smokey didn't actually. You
11, apparently.
I need you to make
11.
first off, I want you to go ahead and make the first 6.
Okay,
So go ahead and make 6 dexterity saves for me.
sure. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right.
I'm just going to say this now. Did not equip the ring.
Wow, I have +4.
Yeah, he did. He put it on.
Did you
I
attune
do
to
have
your
my-
ring?
I have definitely attuned to the ring. of
All
fire.
right, that's fine. You attune to the ring. Okay, so from this, you will take. That's so. Let's see. 2 of which are not halved. All right, so that's going to be 7 and 4. So you take a full 7 and 4. That's going to be 11. And then from the 22, it's halved. So you take 22 fire damage, which is halved to 11 because of your resistance.
Okay, so total of 11 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that'll,
For that one.
that'll
Now-
eat up my ward.
Now go ahead and make 5 dex saves for me.
Okay.
Happening. Oh!
All right,
thank
those
you,
are
Rob.
all halved. All right, so this entire thing is halved. So you take 10 slashing damage.
And so this whole thing, slashing, you say? Okay.
Yep, slashing. At this time, though, you suddenly see that as the flame and ice shards just surround Smokey and impale him completely, some of the fire flicks and hits the ice methods. Some of the shards hit the fire magma methods, and suddenly you see them. They all begin to blow up in a chain reaction. Your absorb shield will work for some.
Just
I still haven't taken any damage yet, but that's going to change.
Okay, so you fully absorbed that with your absorption shield?
Yeah.
Alright, so go ahead and then make at least, go ahead, these are going to be all dex
Yes.
saves from this. I need you to make 11 dex saves.
Do you want to split up the fire and ice again?
Yeah, go ahead and do 6 for me.
Sure. Okay, much more balanced.
Alright, they all succeed on that one, that's fine. Alright, so that is another this. So that is 38 divided in half, so you take
19.
19, but then it's halved again, because you are resistant to fire.
Yes.
9.
So you take,
Right.
yep, another 9.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then the next one, go ahead and roll. Roll your other 5 dex saves for me. Okay, only 2 succeed. Alright, so we'll go ahead and roll those ones first. So this one, you take half of this. So you take half of 13, so you take 6.
Sure.
And then the other ones are...
So did my passive perception beat the fellow stealthing?
You just saw him pop up, basically.
Question: did Rook point him out?
At this time, it's all
I think
This is
instantaneous.
just a sneak. This is still a surprise round.
Yeah, it's a surprise
Which
round.
technically,
All right.
if my passive perception beat that, I wouldn't be affected by it. I'd still be in the initiative for it.
That's fine. You can be on the initiative board. That's okay. This is all happening. I'm just kind of explaining the situation. So, you take 17 additional slashing damage from that. Now, as this sudden arrival around Smokey just goes, you see them all appear, blow out into the center of him, and then all blow up in an instant. It is literally in 6 seconds, explosion.
Method bomb.
Now, as this happens, you guys all will be rolling initiative, so let me throw you onto the battlefield.
Does Rook get an attack at the guy since he saw him before he attacked Smokey?
He will get his turn when that happens. Because what he did is he used an action to release.
Okay.
So he did that.
I probably need to be at the battle.
So we'll go ahead and see.
I would still be in the initiative, the surprise round, though. So.
Yep.
Come on. Roll 20.
Why
Not bad.
Token's not updated. This sucks.
Sorry. I will try to update them after this session so that you have accurate health points and armor and all those things.
Thank you.
I fixed mine real quick, wasn't hard.
Yeah, I did too.
All right. Okay.
For the sake of accuracy as far as those go.
And then the other guys will make their roll as well.
The boiler.
Ah, son of
Hold
a
on,
bitch.
I'm gonna do some measurements in just a second.
Oh.
So let's go ahead and get these in there. All right, and they will roll a. Dun-dun-dun. All right, they roll a 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Smokey just got cluster bombed.
All right. Now,
Yeah.
at the top of the round, the caster did not beat you, Rook. So, Rook, you see him appear and do this and release. You're currently looking down as Varkesh is pointing, so you can do something that you want, but they just suddenly stood up, and then you turned and saw Smokey blow up.
Okay. I'll take my bonus action insightful fighting on it, and then fire with my hand crossbow of envenoming. Oh, never mind, that's way the fuck out of range.
It is very far out of range.
Wait, where is he?
Down here.
South.
He's about 90 feet away.
Damn.
Well, if I'm... Am I currently steering at this time?
No, I am.
No, Smokey
Because
is.
you were
Right.
fishing.
Yeah. I'll run over and, I'm a bit kind of fucked in this instance.
Well, you've obviously been next to me on the side of the ship.
Yeah, for replacement. By the way, with them bombarding us and me having no way to get to them, I think our best bet would be to... are we able to move faster than them as far as I've seen with travel so far down the river?
You don't know.
Doubtful.
Okay, well in that case I'll just run over here and wrench the steering apparatus towards the shore.
Alright, you're running in that direction. As you are doing that, that's when the
Are you
explosion
going towards
happens.
the shore?
So you come right into the explosion.
Okay.
So, make your deck saves for me.
Just 22 of them.
Alright, you're fine. Well, the 10 fails. Yeah, pretty much you'll be fine on all your deck saves.
Except
So
for
I would
one.
say that everything for damage would be halved, and then I'll just say one of them you take an extra 4.
Oh, he has evasion.
I have evasion.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
take 2 damage.
Everything is halved.
So,
Fucking rogues.
well, everything he succeeds, he takes no damage. So you take 2 damage from the 1 fail. But yeah, so at that time, you are ducking and dodging and weaving as this explosion happens. However, during this time, Smokey, you notice that when some exploded right there, they also went and hit the boiler. As the boiler was right there on the 5-minute mark, and you see it also hit, and you see it the whole thing blows up as well, as the entire boat in the back is set aflame and slashed with piercing ice, and then suddenly the compressed air of the tank just blows up. Everyone around in a 30-foot radius will also make a dex saving throw. Valindra, Varkash, Smokey, and Rook.
My boat!
Point of order, real quick. The broadcast is currently frozen.
Ah, crap. Alright, let's see.
As far as video, I don't know about audio. I don't have audio on.
Sure, video's frozen, audio's frozen.
Audio's frozen.
Audio's frozen?
At least. Let's try to refresh.
Audio's kind of coming in and out over there.
Okay.
But the video is definitely frozen.
So, sorry, this is new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We're working on it. I do like the tokens, although I'm not sure who that is. I thought I knew who it was, but then you keep on throwing me off.
It's like Carrot Top.
A little bit.
I can say that the token might not be accurate, but it's the one to be used.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah. Alright. Alright, I'm going to exit this the Twitch myself to see if that helps reduce the lag. Has it picked itself up again?
Not yet. Still frozen at the moment, but it's going to take a moment for it either way to catch up to us.
Okay, well, because we still are recording, so just if you could let them know that it should pick up again, and we will be posting it on YouTube, as the recording should at least still be solid, I hope. But yes, so currently at this time, everyone makes their dex save. Okay, so... Well, you pass.
I don't think me and Belinda do.
No, you both... The 12s, no, they do not. Alright, so... As this explosion comes out, you take 29 points of basically acid damage. This is hot water.
Oh, that's 14 for those who succeed.
So yeah, it is
none for Rook.
Yeah. It is not a resistant thing, but it is a 29 of damage. And the ship is currently now sinking.
Oh boy.
Lovely boat.
So, at the top of the round, after Rook moves in there, ducks, dodges, and weaves, the boat shifts and lurches, and you feel it begin to crack as a large hole appears, and many of it has splintered apart. It is sinking into the water rapidly. It is Valindra's turn.
Well, shit.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to. Okay. I'm gonna take Varkash, and I'm gonna grab Varkash and I'm gonna say, "Get ready to grapple," and I'm gonna dimension door over right next to this guy.
Oh, okay.
We're going assault. Oh, good lord.
So you step, grab Varkash as you head. You want to just place yourself right next to him?
I mean, I was going to cast Water Walk on us all.
Right. So you.
Okay.
You have water walk? That'd be really
Oh no. I'm not going there. I'm going like here. And then Varkash. Yep.
Okay. As you just grab onto Varkash real quick, holding his arm, he looks down at you, and then suddenly you both disappear into the dimension door and exit right there on the land, looking at this individual who looks to be very beautiful and charismatic in nature. You can see that their hair is a fiery red with a bit of like yellowing to it. It looks to be like a crimson blonde, and you can see that their face is tinted red. The skin is very beautiful, unblemished. It's a very gorgeous man, and you can see that he carries himself well. He has a breastplate on and some fine colors that seem to be associated with something: reds, golds, and silvers, and bits of other things all around him with accents of white. And he has 2 scimitars in his hand, which he has crossed in front, and as he's staring, he just sees you appear in front of him, and he just goes surprised, but then he just kind of composes himself and takes a stance.
And I'm going to bonus action cast Hex.
Wait, can you still move? You cast the spell right to move, but do you still have actual movement?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Flanky. That'd be great.
I don't think you can cast Hex, though, because that's 2-leveled spells.
Yep. Well, actually, I think AJ was using those rules prior. I don't know
Well, if she has the feat for it. I didn't know unless she was doing like a Hexblade's Curse, which is a different thing. Yeah. So,
That's a class feature.
yeah.
Okay, well then I can't do Hex, I guess.
Sorry.
Not this
Not
turn.
this turn.
It's fine. But I can cast a cantrip, right?
If it's a
No.
bonus action cantrip,
I don't think there are any bonus action cantrips.
Shillelagh.
So
Oh, yeah, Shillelagh.
I don't know.
That's Druid, though.
I guess that's my turn. Oh, I'm gonna bonus action second wind.
there you go.
Oh,
with
that's a
that
good
fighter
idea.
second win. Sadly, Winnie is dead.
You killed my fox, you son of a bitch!
Yeah. Winnie in that explosion would have just gone.
Yeah. It's 1d4 HP.
I will avenge both Steamboat Winnies.
She
And
is
its namesake.
So you
So I
have
guess
to
I
roll
actually
the
have to
d10.
roll the d10.
Yep.
The fox will go on.
Alright, you heal for 9.
Well, I get +3 because I'm a
Um,
level fighter now.
Oh, you put 3 in fighter.
Fighter? Oh.
Oh. Alright, okay.
It's
Okay. Okay. Alright, so yeah, you heal for 10. By the way, is the Twitch returned, as you guys know?
Let's see. I'm still frozen. Anyone else?
It's video's still frozen. We're currently going through the portion
Okay, they can hear
with a lot of
us,
deck
I guess.
saves.
Oh.
Can
Alright.
have a level in fighter instead of warlock?
Okay, so yeah, Varkesh, it's your turn. As Valindra puts you right into this position, she begins to maneuver and flank around the individual, and as he kind of has his 2 swords looking left and right at either of you, not sure what you're going to do.
I'm going to grapple him,
Okay,
because that's what I'm good at.
Alright, you make a grapple check, which is your athletics.
Athletics with advantage, because they flanky flank. Here I go!
Okay, there you go.
5.
Ooh, alright, I mean, you probably are going to beat him, let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. So you grapple onto him, and he just kind of goes, as this big grip hug. It's just,
It's just
he's
like
very surprised. He's just like,
the most
What?
growliest dragon face ever. Going, you blew up my boats.
he's just not sure what the hell's going on as you grapple him, but he just kind of is stuck. He can't do anything. Yeah, is that it?
I mean, shit, yeah. Yes, that's it. I'm
Okay,
good.
alright. Smokey!
Darn it. Gosh darn it.
I wish I could have cast Water beforehand.
so sorry. I didn't know.
I know, but that's the whole point.
Okay, so tell me about the ship. Am I still dry-ish? Is there
No.
floating bits? So I'm in the
You
water.
have the floor beneath you nearly gone. You kind of are semi about to fall into the water, and the ship is sinking.
Okay. But I have footing.
You have some footing, but yeah, you just basically, when you toppled over as the entire thing blew up, and you kind of gripped onto the wheel, so you're hanging off there, but the back of the boat has a massive hole, and its sides have been burned, planks are seared with embers, and the entire middle is just a hole.
I'm on bitch. Alright, I am going to... Okay. Mechanic-wise, so you say I have things... Can I run and make a running leap?
You would have to back up and then run, yes.
Yeah. So, feline agility. 5, 10, 15, jump!
Okay, well, your athletics and your jump is based on your strength, so what's your strength at?
My strength is 12, so I believe I get that many feet for a horizontal jump.
Basically, yeah, you can jump 10 feet at that point, so you just jump 10 feet, and you
Yep. So 5,
hit the water.
10, 15, 25.
Or if you choose to do the cannonball, you just...
No, not cannonball.
Alright.
That was not as effective as I hoped.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, this is not your fault. 25 and
Unless he has a swim speed, I'll move with his hat.
yeah, but I'm dashing and using feel and agility. So I kind of just get my normal speed, you could say.
Basically.
I'm not gonna make it to shore.
No, but you-
I'm gonna dash and swim. So
Okay,
5, 10,
as you just kind of
15, 20,
do your version of stroking your
Yes.
way towards the shore. You feel the water absorbing into your fur. Getting out of the water, you're probably going to be looking really, but that's not important right now.
Gosh, darn it, I may just die in this fucking water. Okay.
All right, Rook.
Yep, I'll go in right after him using my dash and double dash.
All right, diving in, you also begin to swim in the water, so you can move half of 45 feet, basically. Yeah.
Yep. And that'll end my turn.
All right. So, you see that the individual holding there just kind of grins at you, Varkesh, for a moment and goes,
I don't like when they do that.
"Subdue them." And as he
Eh?
says that, you see him look at you, and he disappears into smoke.
Oh, that sack
And
of shit.
suddenly, he reappears behind you.
Oh no, you damn
And
well
you
do.
see him
No,
take his scimitars as he
I'm
attacks you with
sorry.
them.
Don't do it.
So, he's going to make 2 scimitar attacks, and as he does, he's going to see if he can score a hit on you.
Son of a
Pretty
bitch.
tough.
Nope. And
Misses.
no, neither hits. And he just kind of looks a little frustrated at you.
Just clang clang. It's like, you're right back there.
Goes,
Performance anxiety.
Yes.
I know, it's fine.
tough. It's okay. Tough nut to crack. He
Indeed.
just turns and sees Smokey and Rook, and you see him instead turn from you and move towards the bank of the river.
Get an
Go on.
attack of opportunity.
I know. I get to hit him with the things. I can
Or grapple him again.
No,
Sure.
I'm gonna spell him.
All right, what are you going to do?
Oh, I'm gonna inflict wounds right in the back of his neck.
All right, go ahead.
Grapple him instead.
What level are you casting this at?
Oh, screw it. I'll grapple him instead. So says
Okay.
the.
All right, you try to grapple him.
That sounded more like an old-fashioned telephone.
All right, so you roll your athletics, 12.
There we go.
Ooh.
He just barely slips past you as he
Yeah.
ducks and rolls and gets out of the way as he makes his way down on the embankment and looks towards Rook and Smokey, but he seems more keenly set on Smokey. Smokey, you recognize this individual as he stares at you, scimitars at the ready, and he just kind of positions himself. He smiles at you, and you look up and you see your half-brother.
All right.
Oh my.
Oh my god, what?
Half brother. Right. So fantastic family reunion.
And as that happens, you see suddenly behind you, Varkesh, the other, what look to be kind of well-dressed in armor and official soldier-esque looking individuals. They begin
cousins?
to go towards, first to Valindra,
Here we
and
go.
they try to flank her as the other ones go to flank you.
The bastards.
So, Valindra, the first ones go for you as they pull out what appear to be these large, heavy greatswords, and they start to swing them around to try and basically take you out. They're not really caring much for, like, being delicate. 22. Alright, you take 9 slashing damage from the first attack, and then 23 to hit with a 10 additional, so 19 total from the first one as they carve you up with a massive greatsword, and the one behind you additionally rolls a 12, so that's a fail,
Nope.
and a 22,
Yeah.
and you take
Any
8.
of those crits? Because I'm not
No,
seeing.
none of them are crits. Sadly, it's currently on the NPC only showing. I will adjust that, but at the moment I'm just getting it there, so when it comes to Valindra's turn, I'll fix them up. But then for Varkesh, they also attack with advantage as they both flank you and have their greatswords ready in a stance, and they begin a multitude of attacks.
What damage did I take from that 23 that hit? The last one?
You took 8 slashing damage from the last 22.
Okay. Oh, yikes, guys.
And so Varkesh, this one swings and 18 misses.
18 does indeed miss.
22.
22 just meets.
Alright, you take 14 slashing damage from that one as the second attack comes in. 14 misses, and then 24, a 7 on top.
Was that nat 20? No?
No.
Okay, yeah, then that hits.
Yeah, there's no... I know you guys have adamantine armor, which keeps you some good safety from that shit, but yeah. You guys, you take that. And at that point, we move on to Valindra.
Yeah, I'm now feeling it too. God damn it, guys! Your family sucks, Smokey.
Says the one who is literally the son of our current main villain.
I mean, at least he hasn't blown up a boat and set a cluster bomb on Memphis after a shed. I mean, damn.
Valindra, what do you want to do?
Shit.
He's the nice one.
Oh
Oh
god. Jesus. So what would you like to do? Yeah, I feel that way too.
Oh, Lottie. Okay.
I think you should get the fuck out of there, cuckoo.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm thinking too. God, okay.
Because I'm going to try something that might hurt a lot if you're in
5.
range.
I'm going to go like this way. 10, 15, 20.
Are you disengaging or?
30.
Oh gosh.
35.
Oh gosh.
All right, did you disengage?
No.
No.
Oh,
All right, so you will take the attacks of opportunity.
2.
Since you're technically moving away from their flanking, they wouldn't be able to flank you with these hits. So
Okay,
they would
good,
just
good,
be
good.
flat. So 23
Yeah, that
and
hits.
17.
17 misses.
All right, so you only take 5 slashing damage as you try to move
Nice.
away. Another one slices you just barely off the side.
Okay. Whenever I'm right here,
Uh-huh.
I would like to hex him and Eldritch Blast him.
Okay, so you kind of, in your mid-run, you just flick out a hex towards him as it just starts to cling onto him, and then you just shoot out 2 Eldritch Blast energies.
21 and 16.
All right, both hit.
Nice.
So go ahead and roll your forcey damage as well as your hexy damage. Ooh, all right. That is
20.
20 damage. Nice. So you definitely come at him, and you just kind of, and he just turns and goes, as he takes the massive brunt from behind, and you see him kind of stagger as he sinks a scimitar into the sand, and then regains his stance as he once more gets prepared and suddenly faces you, not expecting you to come from behind.
Aha! And then I will.
No one suspects the Valindra Inquisition.
The Inquisition.
Hey. I'll just end my turn there, I guess.
Okay, all right. Varkesh, you are up next.
Okay. Is it a bonus action to disengage?
Nope, it's an action.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm definitely going to fucking take this. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So they get...
All right.
There's free attacks on me.
Only 2, because the other 2 were used on Valindra.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Reaction economy.
Nope, a 10 and a 12. Nope, they both miss as they ting off your armor as you escape from their
Right.
flanking
Okay.
maneuver.
So with that, I'm going to animate my adamantine daggers and then bonus action tell them to attack the nearest one.
Okay, sure. Which one? Pick one.
This one.
All right, so go ahead and roll your 10 d20s plus... Well, we'll add the plus later, which is, I believe it's plus 8 to hit.
Plus 8 to hit, yeah.
All right.
Plus 4 to damage.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them miss. So
What?
3 hit.
What's their AC then?
Their AC is 18.
Oh, God.
But yeah, so you definitely do 3, which is 64 plus 12, I believe. Well, no, it's, sorry, 3d4 plus 12. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, 3d4 plus 12.
Did you focus on one in particular?
Yep, just 1.
22.
22! Ooh, still nice. And you definitely see that, though some of them ping, 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 off his armor, some of them conk him on the head, and some of them slap him on the side of the cheek. He looks hurt and battered and bruised and bleeding.
Oh, really? Okay. I guess I'll do it. I mean,
It's gonna have some nice fucking armor.
and I need a token to at least represent 10 of those buckets.
They're surrounding. I literally, they fly.
Okay, fair enough. And that's my action and my bonus action, and I've moved. So.
Yep. Smokey.
Treading water. I'm just gonna say, Arod, take a timeout, and I cast banishment.
Okay.
Oh!
All right. So you take that. Go ahead and he makes a charisma save for that one.
Yep.
All right. All right. He rolls a 19.
He passes.
All right. So you try to, and you see him just kind of foolish, brother.
Brother, Smokey, should I still be hitting this guy?
Your brother's a dick. Just saying.
I move. As far as like shallow water versus deep water, is there any distinction for the shoreline?
Once you get out of the blue, you'll be pretty much.
So I'm going to move. I'm going to move forward 10 feet, and I'm just going to wait there. So if he wants to come and get me, he's going to come in the water too.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Rook, it's you.
All right, I'll take my bonus action to dash in order to get right up next to him here. And using my fancy new crossbow, unload a quick shot into him.
All right.
Would I be able to fire at him from here?
From the water you could, but it'd be at disadvantage.
Alright, so there's no point in going for it the flank then. Yep, I'll go ahead and take that shot there then.
Okay.
24 to hit.
That hits.
For a total of 14 plus 17, 31 points of damage for which is poison.
Nice. So yeah, you definitely sink it in, and he just kind of goes, ah! As you go right between the breastplate, and he looks down at you and goes, "You have friends."
Yeah, it must be a new experience for you.
I mean, we are here. I mean, what do you think? Servants or some shit?
Maybe you should have tried to kill them too.
He looks around at all of your companions, because it is now his turn, because you're not moving anywhere, Rook?
Yep, that'll end my turn.
Alright, so he's just going to look at all of them, and I believe, let me just double check to make sure I have the numbers correct. Alright. Yep. So, he's going to slowly take his scimitars, weave them around in a circle, and then he's going to ring them real quick, and as he does, you see an aura blast go out towards all four of you. Okay, what level are you casting it at?
I will do third.
Okay, I need you to make an intelligence roll.
Sure thing. So this will be an intelligence saving throw now, because I'm level 10. So that's a... Oh my gosh!
Sorry, sadly, not enough. You suddenly see him complete the spell. As he releases it out, I need all of you to make wisdom saving throws.
Oh, shit.
So all of us?
All of you. Ooh, Rook, no. Belindra, no.
I've been
Varkesh,
rolling
no.
like garbage all night.
Smokey, yes, you are fine. Smokey, you resist that as he gets this off, he casts Hold Person. And all four are now completely... Well, all three of your allies are just frozen, rigid.
Oh my gosh, dude.
That was a 5th level spell. Damn.
Wait, we're not paralyzed, are we? We're just...
You are paralyzed.
Oh,
Paralysis.
Oh, thank God me and Valindra are invulnerable.
But as
to
that
crits.
happens, he steps away and he goes, "So, brother, what will it be? Do you surrender, or do your friends die?" And as he says that, he looks over and the knights take their own greatswords and make them their way right to each of your friends and just do a slashing motion across all of them.
Oh, so he's not even waiting for my response.
He's not even waiting for your response.
Don't do it! Don't give him the staff of the Jabberwocky. Wrong movie.
Alright, so the first two at Rook.
Oh no. Wait.
17 and 22.
Yep.
Alright, so they're crits, so that's 22 and 14. So it's
don't add the modifier.
Oh, that's right. No, I keep adding the modifier. Alright, sorry. So 8
19.
doubled is 16, 19, yep, and then 4
11.
plus 7, yeah.
11, you said?
No, well,
So
11
you do
and...
30 total.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I did the one for the first hit. I needed it for the second because we kind of talked over each other.
Yeah, sure. But then the other one goes for Valindra. You are immune to crits. You only take 6.
1.
As the first one kind of gets a nice clean, the other one kind of gets caught in the chainmail and doesn't realize that it's actually resistant to its attack, and he's just like frustrated, does nothing. Varkesh,
Wait, me?
yeah, you.
Oh, advantage. Okay. Yeah, I was confused for a second. I was like, why? And then advantage. Okay.
Yeah, advantage, because you are paralyzed. And so the other one will go for Varkesh. 18 will not hit.
Yay, they
No,
definitely...
both of them are just trying to... But they kind of get stuck in the armor, but you're paralyzed, and they just don't really seem to be worried too much as you stand still. He does step away, by the way. He moves.
By the way.
He goes and steps away from your allies. As he turns and looks at you, waiting for your answer.
Fucking coward.
Wait, do my daggers get attack of opportunity because they're creatures?
You have to bonus action command them.
They've been commanded to attack, actually. They continue following.
They can reaction attack the one that they were targeting, who did move away from them. So you can do it to that particular one.
They did move away, that's the thing.
Yep.
So, haha, they all get basically an attack of opportunity then, so that's...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you get to roll the additional 10 d20s.
Yes!
You have to roll above a 10, basically.
Fly, my pretties.
Plus 8, right?
You don't worry about the plus 8, but yeah. Because we'll just add it, because there's like going to be so many of them. Alright,
much
so
better.
one nat 20
One's a
hits,
crit.
and 1, 2, 3 miss.
I'll take it.
4 miss, sorry. So
Shut up,
go
I'll
ahead
take
and
it.
roll, so
7d4 plus 4 times...
Okay, so
Four
yeah, so
times
6 hit. From the 6,
24.
you would roll 64, but then one of them gets doubled to 74 plus
24.
24.
I'll do the 64 plus 16
70
24.
plus 24.
plus 24. There you go, 37.
Oh, all right. He's hurt really bad.
And
He
then
gets one more d4, but yeah.
I get the d4, that's the crit.
Oh, one more. Okay, well, it won't kill him, but it'll put him really low.
1d4, which is critical, blah blah blah. Ooh,
Oh, okay, all right. He hurt bad. He's bloodied, but he's in pain.
So that's 4 plus whatever within the 24, and then it's crit doubled. So
Yeah, 41 total.
Yep, you done it. Yep, he's barely standing.
I'll take it.
But yeah, Valindra, you are paralyzed. Please make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Can't believe I failed that stupid check with a
Sadly, no,
natural
you are
4.
still paralyzed, unable to move. Varkesh, wisdom saving throw.
Come on, cleric, it's your best stat. Let's do this. Da 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 da. Yes!
At the end of your turn, you succeed on breaking out of this petrification. You are no longer held by the magic.
Son of a bitch.
Smokey.
AJ, real quick.
Yes.
Are you letting people buy inspiration points for the game?
Yes, we are doing that. Did
Okay,
someone buy an inspiration
'cause-
point?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tamarick brought one for Smokey.
Oh, okay. You
That
get
would've
to
been
re-roll
nice.
a d20 on something, depending on what you want to roll it on.
I would have loved it for my counter spell, but
Oh,
what can you
yeah.
do?
I think it came after that. I did hear it come, I think, after that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I will do dispel magic in this case.
On who?
On it's an effect.
You get to pick a creature, an area, or a...
An effect.
Go ahead and put the spell up real quick.
Sure.
Because I believe it is a specific thing where you have to choose.
Dispel magic. Sure, that.
Alright, choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range. Now, a magical effect, you can pick one magical effect. If it was like a dome, for instance, or some kind of large thing, you could impact that because it's not a creature. But currently, right now, he's holding a concentration on 3 creatures, one of which succeeded. You can see Varkesh is moving, but Valindra and Rook are still paralyzed, so you can pick one of them.
That's they're both effed up really bad.
Well, can't you dispel the magic that's coming from the caster?
No, sadly not.
Okay, I can't do that.
Hit him with everything you got.
Yeah, I'm worried he's just going to counterspell me, but I got no recourse. I'm going to try to cast Synaptic Static.
Oh, okay, on him?
it's going to be it's a range, so I'm going to do it right about... yeah, I'm just making sure.
little preemptive math here,
Yeah.
or
So
right
it
next
should,
to him.
It should get like, yeah, this guy, and yeah, it's a 20-foot radius.
So yeah, they make con saves, correct?
Intelligence.
Intelligence saves. All right. So for the 2 foot soldiers, the one by Valindra, 6 I believe fails, and 14 fails. All right. So they take the full 24 damage.
Nice.
All right. Nice. They take a bit of the brunt of this sudden surge that you shoot out from behind them. Your brother does make his intelligence save.
Fail.
Going to be a 16.
So he just passes.
All right.
But he does need to make a concentration check.
Yes, he does. But he takes 12 damage, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Fail.
All right, and he makes his Constitution saving throw. He's fine. He maintains the hold person.
And the 2 that did fail have minus 1d6 to all their attacks and such.
Ah, they are baned, basically.
Sort of.
Yeah.
D6.
Nice. All right, is that it? You staying in the water?
I'm really. I know you guys are looking bad too, but I'm not looking good either. I'll try and draw them away from you by swimming this way.
Okay.
Oh, Smokey.
All right. Just trying to make your way in that direction.
Oh
all
no!
Right.
Actually, you know what? He's gonna stay put because he'll get his feeling agility back if he doesn't move.
All right. Rook, it's your turn to make a wisdom saving throw.
Alrighty.
I'm sorry, I tried.
No, you
Sadly,
did.
That's the same result as last time.
You're still paralyzed.
Yeah.
And during that time, as you suddenly blast out the spell and he gets taken back and his foot soldiers also begin to kind of stumble a bit at that, he just goes, "Fine then. We shall have them pay the price." And he moves forward, and as he does, he begins to make his sabers start to shing a little bit as he goes towards Valindra.
And I'm casting counterspell on him.
Okay, what level are you casting it at?
We're gonna do 4th.
Okay.
Valindra's still paralyzed?
Yeah.
Valindra is still paralyzed, sadly. Alright,
Yeah.
you cast this at 4th level. Alright.
That happens.
At them, okay, just make an Arcana check for me real quick.
Damn it! Arcana!
Okay, you recognize, just at the last second, he's not casting a spell, he's using an ability.
Okay.
So so counterspell would be useless at this point, so you're just like,
Okay.
wait. So you just,
Okay.
you don't burn it. But he
Okay.
does move up, and you see him as he goes towards Valindra.
I know what he's doing.
So he goes ahead and he makes a quick 23 to hit her.
Well, yeah, that hits.
Alright, and he's going to go ahead and then roll an additional...
Oh, I don't know what he's doing.
Alright, you take an additional 5 points of damage, but this is all doubled, so that's going to be... Oh, no, you
Nope.
have adamantine armor.
Adamantine.
Alright, so you only take 10 damage from this.
Oh, God.
But as that happens, he does do a... Alright, here we go.
He done
Alright,
done.
he does... Oh, sorry, he needs to maneuver himself one space over, so he maneuvers up here. As he does, he swings, and you see that the attack goes wide, and it slashes at Rook.
Important question. Is this an offhand attack?
No.
Okay.
This is a main hand attack, and he uses it, and he uses a slashing flourish. And he goes towards you and Valindra. Now, let me see. If I remember correctly, it's only the thing there. Let me double check. Extra damage to the target, and your choice within 5 feet. The damage equals to the Bardic Inspiration die. Alright, so you only take 10, Rook. But you take an additional 10. And as he does, you see him then take his attack, and he makes a second attack, and shinks it across Valindra again. 25.
No. Oh, yes. I forgot he has advantage.
Paralyzed.
He also does it again. And you take an additional 10 on top of that. He rolled max. Smokey. I'm sorry.
I
Not
couldn't
Smokey.
even
Rook,
get into heal!
Rook, you take 20 damage as he slashes it out towards you. And
Like another 20 or 20
this is, yeah,
total?
another 20. So you took
Took the 10
you
already.
took 10. Now you're taking 20.
Holy fuck.
And Valindra takes 13.
Son of a bitch.
And then as he's doing this, it's a very weird kind of like graceful dance that he's using with his it's like this charisma where he knows he looks gorgeous doing it. So you see him kind of doing this bladed dance that he just is, and then he uses an offhand one, and this time swipes it again at all at Valindra. No, that doesn't hit Valindra.
Good.
So you are fine, as the last one doesn't strike in, and he turns and looks at Smokey and goes, "Last chance, brother."
Fuck you, douchebag! I'm gonna kill you!
I mean, do I have a chance to respond?
Oh, you
out
can
of
respond at
turn?
the moment, yeah.
What do you want?
Toss me the book.
Never!
No.
I'm kind of swimming at the moment.
That's fine. Unless you agree, but that's fine. So you say that, I'm swimming at the moment, and the knights continue to assault your friends. One towards Valindra. A 13
Okay.
misses, and they'll both miss. So Valindra's fine with her armor. Rook takes...
Miss. And miss.
16 misses?
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right,
I see
yeah.
a 17.
They do no guso. They too bad. But then they go towards Varkesh.
Oh, Varkesh isn't even paralyzed.
Oh, that's right. He's not paralyzed, but they will flank him then, because he is... They would see him
Oh,
moving.
son of a bitch!
So 23.
I...
All right, so it's just 14 from that one,
Oh, I totally forgotten I should have done con
and
saves.
then nope, that missed. You have a spell up? Oh, yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yeah, go ahead and make your concentration check with advantage.
Oh, God.
You'll be good.
14's fine. You're good. You're okay. You're okay.
Oh, advantage.
Valindra's 14 is fine because she
Thank God
has
for
not
water.
taken a lot for her bane. Or for her hex. The hex is still there. But yeah, and then the other one, Varkesh, they swing at you. 11 misses and 23.
And the 23 hits.
All right, you take an additional 10 damage and go ahead and make another Constitution saving throw with advantage.
Oh, dear.
You're fine. You're fine. You maintain the concentration despite the fact that they are trying to wail on you with their great swords. Valindra, I need you to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Please, for all that is good and holy in this world, can I just make this save?
Sadly, no. You are still
Son of a bitch.
you're still held in place. Sorry, Varkesh. It's your turn. You can save your allies if you wanted to.
I am in so fucking in. All right. First of all, bonus action. I'm going to use it to finish off that.
Okay. All
So
right. Unless you roll all nat ones, I'm pretty sure you're going to hit
Shut
him and
up.
kill him.
Don't jinx me.
Let's see. Go ahead and roll your 10d20s.
oh god. 20s plus 8.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3
Three hits.
hit. God, that was terrible. Only 3 hit, but
Every little helps.
they would be enough because each one has a flat base of 4. He only has 4 health left, so 1 does it, and that would kill him outright.
Excellent.
Which one
Okay.
was it?
That would be this one up here.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
That was the one that was
good.
the
Good.
weakest one. Unless you wanted to change it to a different one.
Oh, I thought the one that I was.
Well, because
attacking
he moved up that way.
Oh no, then fine. My daggers are
Oh, they follow him. Honing daggers. They go right to him.
okay, and I'm going to take a fucking huge risk doing this. I'm not going to disengage.
Oh,
At Varkesh.
Okay.
all right.
We have potions.
So here they go. 22.
It meets.
Okay, and then natural 20 and 22 and 19.
Wait. They only
Wait.
get.
They only
Oh, they only get
two.
one. They only get one. I'm sorry. For some reason, I was thinking multi-attack. All right, so it's the 22 and the 25. So you take 26 points of damage.
Sorry, I take how much?
26. I need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
Oh wait, why did I click?
Are you up?
Yeah, I'm still there.
Yeah, it's just... Will he maintain the
You would have to
spell?
make 2 concentration checks, DC 10.
All right, that's fine. Oh,
Thank God.
that close. but you pass.
Sorry, I take how much damage?
You took
26.
26, yes.
There's no crits.
Yep.
Okay.
Thankfully.
I can use a bonus action to heal myself, correct?
No, you used your bonus action to command the daggers.
No, that's true.
Okay. Shit. I really want a bit more health because now I'm in a real fucked situation. Bollocks. Valendra, how are you looking for health? I know you're looking quite bad, but how bad?
Single digits?
Bad. I look bad, guys.
So does Rook, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely not looking peachy, but
Okay. Right, this is going to really suck. This is going to really fucking suck. I'm going to reach out, touch Valindra, and cast Life Transference.
Oh. Okay. Roll 4d8. You take 16 necrotic damage.
And she gets double that.
You are still up, thankfully. That was a
Yep.
very low roll.
But she gets
32.
You are healed for 32, Valindra. As he, once more, you feel that familiar sense that he takes his own life essence and bleeds it out of him and then shoots it into you as you kind of get that sudden surge of heal. Sadly, you are just petrified, so when this happens, it's kind of like a... to you, but...
Now I'm looking very bad.
But yeah, that's it. Smokey.
Yeah, seeing just my friends getting wailed upon and Varkesh giving up some of his own life for Valindra, the fire in his eyes just ignites. And you see, like, the smoke is, even though his fur is completely wet, it's starting to rise from his ears. And he takes his string of beads and he just flings them at his brother.
Oh, alright, you're doing animate object. Alright,
Yeah,
go ahead.
We're not holding back anymore.
Alright, so roll 10d20.
For the love of God, don't give me Varkesh's luck. But the good news is that for every single one of these, he has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
Well, for everyone that hits. But yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Hopefully it's good.
AC is 16 or
No,
less.
no,
Where's
no.
that?
1, 2,
That's
3,
five?
4, 5 hit.
Okay.
Alright. Funny how that equals to an even 100 when you add them up. But yeah.
Yeah, isn't it?
Alright.
So,
32.
and he needs to make 5 Constitution saving throws.
Let me just go ahead and get that on him. Alright. Ooh,
It's
ooh,
so
he looks hurt, really hurt from that.
Good.
So, but let's see. So he goes ahead and makes the con saving throws. So 5 of them. Alright, so the first 5, 21.
Ooh,
7,
right.
he fails. Alright, so we don't have to worry about rolling again. So the spell drops.
Yes!
Rock!
Because I was... next turn, I was going to either cast fucking Dispel Magic on Rook or Valindra, and I was like, oh, I'm not... so sorry.
Do you want to move?
He hasn't used his reaction yet.
Not yet.
So, but I can't, and I actually can move my super speed. But the thing is, I'm just so fucking... you guys are weaker than I am, but...
Fine. It's fine.
I can't influence you. Do what you want to do.
I know.
I am going to... I don't think they'll kill me, but... I don't think they'll kill me, but... I know I can do more damage, and I have the most powerful damage spell up. I'm going to hold it, because I don't want to lose concentration on it. I'm going to stay where I am.
Okay, alright, Rook, you're
God
free!
damn it!
The spell
Alright.
melts off
I'm
you.
gonna
You are
go-
once more immobile.
I'm going to take a swing for this man. I'm going to use up my silver rapier, and it's going to be
Don't
non-lethal.
kill him!
Oh, okay.
Non-lethal.
Alright, so go ahead and make your attack.
Alright.
Just like
19 to hit.
showering.
Alright, as you do that, you see him look down at, and as that happens, he uses his rapier, and you see it deflect off. He uses his reaction to parry.
Okay.
That's all he's got for reaction. He does not have any... Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to not kill this man, but he's making it very hard. Nope, I gotta do it. I'm not letting him ruin my life and my allies. I'm shooting it off my unbidden hand crossbow.
Okay.
27 to
That
hit.
is.
Ooh.
So you deal the offhand of
Oh yeah, so it would be 1
One-
plus the 6 poison.
7.
So
and-
26 points of damage.
Okay, all right. He's very hurt. Oh my God! Did you really hurt him? He's very low. Oh, he's
And
very low.
I suggest you surrender. And enter.
All right. Now, as you say that, you just see it embedded in them, and he just kind of looks up at you. And you see him look down. He grabs the corpse. It's not a corpse. He just grabs the person who's unconscious, and you see them disappear.
Counterspell.
All right, go ahead. Please. What level are you casting it at?
I'm gonna do 4th.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
What is he
He's
doing?
high level spells.
Crazy bard nonsense. Come on.
That's fine. All right. So as he reaches down to do that, it's kind of like a zzz. Instead of disappearing, he just kind of like gets solidified. He looks up at Smokey and goes, "Ha, I'd expect no less."
Well, then why did you do it?
And you see what he does is he just reaches behind him, pulls out a red vial,
Hello.
and swallows a health potion.
Son of a bitch. There should be a law. Only players get health potions.
Alright. He heals for 14 with his bonus action. And then he sees those around him. Ooh.
With no bonus action or.
Yeah, he's only just got movement. No, instead what he's going to do, he's going to just instead get himself in a position where he's just going to say, "To me!" to the two that are on the bank. And as he says that, they move towards Rook. And the other one steps over his companion who's dead on the... Well, not dead, but at least, pretty much out on the ground. And then he goes ahead and tells them to continue the attack on Rook and Valindra. So for Rook, he does advantage.
For one of them.
Yeah, for one of them.
Either way.
24.
Yep, that hits.
Alright, do you want to half it?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have it.
Alright, so you only take 5. As the second attack comes in, misses.
I'll miss.
Alright.
Okay.
The other one goes towards, well, Valindra looks healthy. He'll probably... Finish the bird!
No!
And he'll go towards that.
Oh my
That's
baby
it.
budgie!
And with that, I'm unconscious.
Fuck!
Fuck me, side.
That was just enough to take me down.
Alright. And then he takes his second and plunges the sword down.
I'm gonna use my reaction shield
Okay.
for the fighter thing.
Alright, so what does that do? Give him disadvantage?
Gives them disadvantage, yeah.
Alright, 18.
Still hits.
Alright.
Fuck.
You take 2 death saving throws.
Oh boy, this is bad, boys.
It's okay. We get a round. It's our round.
It's Valindra's turn.
Alright, I am grabbing Rook. Okay. Grabbing Rook, I'm casting Dimension Door.
Okay.
We're getting the fuck out of there.
Alright.
We're gonna come to over here.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna action surge.
Okay.
And I will cast Spare the Dying. Actually, no, I'm gonna pop a greater healing potion.
There you go. That's what you can do.
I was gonna cast.
So
yeah, he could have just healed me right there.
You Dimension Door.
Oh, what I was gonna do
Okay.
next turn is I was gonna cast Beacon of Hope. I was gonna drop the daggers and just go.
Fuck.
It's okay, I'll take it.
Daggers. We need the
I
daggers.
just need to stop casting Dimension Door. I need to stop.
Alright.
I'm not doing it anymore.
But
No, it's a good plan.
But you pop a greater into him. Go ahead and roll 4d4 plus 4 as you...
It's a good turn. It's a good turn.
I'm alive, and that's what matters.
Even if you're dead, Arkesh has diamonds.
Well, it doesn't help if I'm dead because I've got 16 HP left.
Oh, did
Yeah.
I get the one? I forgot to do the one to attack Varkash.
Oh, of course, I had to open my fucking
I
trap.
totally forgot about that one. So that's a 23 to hit.
Okay, now I have less than 6.
And the second attack strike
on.
is
Come on.
15.
Misses.
Alright, so you only
What
take
did
7
I get
slashing.
from?
so many high rolls. What is your modifier? Not even that good.
No, it's not that
Not
good.
that
Rolling
good.
really well today.
6 HP left, and I am almost fine.
All right.
Constitution saving throw.
And you do have to make a con saving throw. I'm sure you'll pass. Because it is
Shut
now
up.
your turn.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. See, he's fine.
Take
He's
these.
fine. But yeah,
Okay.
But
I
Rook,
can't
you
really-
heal for 16.
I can't afford.
As Varkesh, you start top of the round. Well, not top of the round, but you start. What do you want to do?
Shit.
So sorry.
Or cash. Dodge and use your dice.
dot.
Okay, well, I cannot afford to use the daggers at the moment, so I'm going to. Shit. Can I life transference myself?
No, sadly
That
no.
would have been
You
glorious.
could knock yourself out with that.
Could. I'm going to use stone shape. No, merge with stone.
Mm.
Okay.
Actually, no, screw that, actually. I'm not going to do that. Fuck it. I'm going to cure wounds myself
All right.
Highest level possible.
at level 4.
Okay.
Please, for the love of God, may I roll decently. This can't be good. Okay, come on. Oh,
20.
God.
You heal for 20.
yeah, but that ain't that great for a level 4.
It's still 20. Not bad. It's more than you get from a healing potion.
And I can still use my bonus action to pop a healing potion, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You absolutely can.
2d4 plus 4.
Mm-hmm.
2d4 plus 4. 9.
All
Sorry,
right.
20.
Heal for another 9.
Plus your daggers are still up.
Yes, they are still up.
All right. Smokey,
No, I'm not done yet.
you gonna move?
I'm going to fucking run like the clappers. I'm out of there.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you'll just take 2 opportunity attacks. Miss and miss.
Yes.
Thank you. I actually get to keep the life I put back on.
Yes. And you break away. You break free.
I do indeed.
You got to break free.
Yep, I did it. I'm alive, and now it's someone else's turn.
It's Smokey's turn.
It is. Alright, I am bonus action dicing the hell out of my brother.
Okay.
All 10 of them.
All right.
You're gonna kill your brother.
I mean, I can make it non-lethal. Do I have control over that?
No,
I
you
mean,
can't.
yeah, they
Only
are
melee
weapon
attacks,
attacks.
non-lethal.
I mean, I can still bring him back to life.
I guess they're a construct, yeah.
They are weapon attacks, so you can make them be non-lethal.
Okay. So roll 10d20. With the way I've been rolling, it may just not even work.
Well, you got a nat 20, so 1, 2, 3
Three
hit.
No, 4.
4 hit. Yeah, 4 hit.
4 hits.
Sorry,
Really?
5 hit. 5 hit. The
Okay,
11 hits
okay.
as well.
Okay, I'm like, son of a
Yeah,
bitch.
and one's a natural 20, so that's... Go
I'll
ahead.
do 64, yeah.
Okay.
I'll roll 64 plus, and it's 20.
Yes.
Because I don't have the modifier again. Oh, for Pete's sake.
4 plus 20.
Yeah, my brain knows it's just my fingers. 36.
Okay, you send these beads of dice just right towards him, and as you do, they just pepper him in the face, and he just...
I don't aim for the face.
He will... Oh, for the body. All
I know
over.
he cares.
He is
Keep his pretty face.
he is unconscious right now.
So kind.
Don't
So
fucking kill me.
He is
This man was
unconscious on
trying
the
to
ground.
keep his friends.
Okay. And at that point, I mean, what do I do? What do I do?
Kill him.
Do I recognize that these soldiers are fire ganassi?
Make a...
I mean, I feel like it's not even a check. I know what a fire
they're
ganassi
covered in
looks
these
like.
they're in full plate armor in a sorts, and you can see these large turban-like helmets and these bandanas that have metal plating around them. Their faces are visored into shade. So you make a perception check.
Will this take my action though? or
No,
whatever?
it's just like a
Okay.
quick check as you've been
Okay.
fighting. It's like, is this something that you've noticed as you've been fighting?
20.
Yes.
Okay. So, not so much fire. As a matter of fact, all my friends are out of the way. I will play. Oh, I didn't prepare that stupid spell today, really?
Oh my god, I've just realized something I could really do now. Fuck!
I didn't prepare a Stinking Cloud, which would be perfect for this current situation.
Oh my god, I just need
Son of a bitch. Okay, I have an action. I can't do a concentration spell, so actually I couldn't do Stinking Cloud.
Actually, I need make another perception check for me, by the way.
Another?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
And tell me your fucking sister comes in.
No. Oh, okay. No, go on. You're fine.
Yeah,
Nothing.
It's fine. It's fine. But is the boat about to explode
Unless you want to
again
inspiration
behind
point
me?
it. You can inspiration point it if you want.
I'm not going to inspiration that. No.
Okay.
I mean, they're probably just going to potion him, which will bring him back up, but he goes after. I wouldn't know the turn order, but whatever. If I do 5, so that'd be 10, 15. So 10, well, you said it's 15 for 10 for the water, then get on shore for 15.
Yeah.
I can't really drag him, and I have no means of. I still have my action.
The kitty dash, you can move half speed away.
I know. It's 15. I am going to use my feline agility, so that's 15, and then I'll move another 30. 15, 30. And then, because I just don't trust my brother, I am going to, as I ran, they're actively attacking, so that wouldn't work. I'm going to drop animate object. Actually, let me see if I make sure I have the spell slots I need. Yeah, I do. I'm going to cast Banishment on my brother. He fails.
Is he
Oh,
unconscious?
they're incapacitated, yeah.
He is incapacitated.
His body is gone.
Yeah. He just
Stand down!
disappears for a moment. Yeah.
And that is my turn.
Okay. Rook.
Kill
You can still attack them.
Because these guys have been kind of fucking nuts, though, I think instead I'm going to, do I see anywhere feasible for hiding around here?
If you went up on the shore, you could, like, get, behind some boulders a little bit, move into some cover, kind of going around that way.
Yeah, I'll definitely go ahead and do that. Whereabouts would that put me, do you think?
All the way up back there, kind of thing.
Okay.
You have to get onto, like, the grassy shore area with some trees.
Yeah, I'll take my bonus action and action then. Instead of doing that, I'll just move up next to Smokey, and drink my regular healing potion. I was given to me by Markesh earlier for my bonus action. And I'll hold my action to fire my envenomed crossbow at anybody that makes an aggressive movement towards us.
Oh, okay, so you're just holding your action.
Yep.
Alright. So, with your...
Wow, that's nice, guys.
I mean, because he's not stable.
Yeah, it was non-lethal.
Does that make him stable? Alright, oh yeah, yep. Alright, so he's stable, so he doesn't have to make a worry. Alright, so, as you see him disappear, the 3 remaining knights look down. They look across. Actually, I need to roll for that guy at the back. I totally forgot to roll for him.
The guy who hasn't been stabilized.
Yeah. Let's see, hold on.
I'm a cleric, but
I mean, they could do something about their guy.
Okay.
Really wanted to.
I think it's been 3 turns.
I don't think it has,
Alright.
actually.
I'd say it's been at least around that one, but he's still there. He's not dead yet. So at that time, while he's still breathing, you see one knight lean down, pick up something, and he holds him up, and you see him hold something as well. This was your perception check to check. When you did that, and they started to see things are desperate, and they see that you just banished him, you see each of them pulling out a red gem.
No, they don't.
And you suddenly see the one that's on the ground. He holds his hand up with him, putting the gem in his own hand. Each one of them breaks the red gem. As that happens, you suddenly hear them go, "Ah!" as they scream out in pain, as suddenly a fireball just absorbs all of them, and suddenly, instead of just retaining themselves as humanoid forms, they explode and become larger infernos, and suddenly they stop, coalesce, and you see shapes appear, humanoid forms, as you
Yep.
now see 4 fire